Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
It's Taco Tuesday, folks, and thank you very much for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I'm telling you, folks, you guys are wearing down my voice. I'm just going to say this right off the bat, all right? You guys are wearing down my voice, and I really don't appreciate it, and I wish that you folks would just, take a goddamn little bit of a holiday from trolling me on the damn internets. But I guess that's a little bit too much to ask, especially on people that are out here on the internets that want to cause a bunch of shenanigans, that want to besmirch the broadcast, that want to sit here and just like seeing me in despair. Anyway, listen, obviously... You obviously hear there's something wrong with my voice here, folks, and it's because I use and abuse it because I'm the hardest working man. The hardest working man in broadcasting today. I broadcast 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. I'm telling you this right goddamn now. Ain't nobody doing what I'm doing right here. I'll tell you that right damn now. With that being said, let's go ahead and get with the broadcast here. This is episode number 443. Episode number 443 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you haven't already done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, has anybody seen the markets, huh? I mean, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so, all right? Now, let me explain why yours truly didn't recommend any stocks this morning. Because as I've alluded to throughout the days in covering this particular market in the past couple of weeks, I have seen tremendously low volume. Low volume in the pre-market, so any stocks that you see bump up in high percentage in the positive in the pre-market is all fueled on low volume, pump and dump like activity. And as I've alluded to when we hit Dow Jones 20,000, that was purely a pump and dump, a collusion of all the fund managers, folks, all of them. A hedge fund, mutual fund, retirement fund, I mean, you name it. They're all colluding, and it's very easy to do this. I mean, all they have to do is spread out their accounts and buy blocks in each of these accounts, 10, 20,000 blocks of shares, and run up stocks in the Dow Jones Industrials just enough so that it can be reflected in the index. And that's why we saw Dow Jones 20,000 on low volume. When you have low volume, folks, which means that there's not that many buyers in the market, you can manipulate this market if you have a good enough team, especially if you're on Wall Street and have billions of other people's dollars in retirement funds and so on and so forth. Now, with that being said, what was the tipping point in the market today? Well, Donald Trump, baby. That's my president right there, baby. Let me tell you what the Trump administration is doing. Now, this is a very, very economic, capitalistic idea here. I mean, only people that are aware of finance and understand the fundamentals of capitalism could foresee what Trump's administration is doing. Now, as I've stated, folks, the value of the dollar has gone up dramatically. And the reason is because you got a lot of foreign investors in the international community wanting to cash out in U.S. currency. And because of that, there's a lot of people that are seeking U.S. currency to be paid off in. As a result, there's less of that U.S. currency circulating in the currency markets, hence the value of the dollar goes up by default. Now, with that being said, a couple of weeks back we heard President Trump allude to the fact that the dollar is a little bit too overvalued, a little bit too expensive, and on those particular comments, the dollar receded in value. So, unfortunately, that was short-lived, and we saw a rise back in the dollar because everybody knows we got a lot of uncertainty in all these international markets out here. And as a result, we had the Trump administration earlier today, or I believe it was yesterday afternoon. I forgot when the comment was made, but it was made that the euro, and this is somebody from the Trump administration alluding to the fact that the euro is an undervalued currency at this point in time. Now, this is why the Trump administration did this, first and foremost. They did this to devalue the dollar on purpose, to cut off the Federal Reserve at the pass, all right? Because I know that this administration understands that the Federal Reserve is going to try many tricks to try to manipulate the economy to make it look like it's not necessarily making America great again material, just to put it lightly. So the Trump administration understands very clearly that the Federal Reserve is not going to be a friend of the Trump administration. And the reason that I say this is because of the planned interest rates. There's a plan to be 4 interest rate hikes this year. And that is just going to add more value to the dollar, folks. And you see, the value of the dollar can be so high that it could basically make dollars scarce as it pertains to dollars being circulated in the community of business. Because why would anybody want to let go of their dollars if the value of the dollar is going to continue going upward? And that's just not on over-speculation. That's also on the fact that you have dollars that are going to be called back in the Federal Reserve interest rate hikes. So we're anticipating Federal Reserve interest rate hikes that are going to potentially increase value in the American dollar, on top of the over-speculation that we're currently seeing now. So with that being said, you have the Trump administration basically kind of alluding to the fact that the euro is a little undervalued, which basically sent investors into a tailspin. You saw people exchanging their currencies from U.S. to euro. The euro literally took off today. If you were holding euros today, you actually made money. And unfortunately, the euro is taking it on the teeth, and a lot of that has to do with the European Union's method of actually dealing with economies, stimuluses, the European Central Bank. There's a whole bunch of factors why the euro is kind of taking it on the teeth, and rightfully so. But the reason the Trump administration did this was because if you if you allude to the fact that the euro is undervalued, they decrease the value of the dollar, anticipating a Federal Reserve interest rate hike, which could potentially put even more value on the dollar. So what the Trump administration is doing is potentially offsetting any value increase in the dollar that could be incurred due to a Federal Reserve interest rate hike. Now, why would he do this? Because I alluded to this before. You don't want people holding on to cash right now if they anticipate that it's going to increase in value dramatically. So what we want, and what the Trump administration wants, a circulation of this currency all across the country. And the only way to do that is to kind of regulate by de facto, and unfortunately by the power of the voice of the president and his administration, and a variety of other different actions, regulate that over-speculation and that increase in value in the dollar. Now, I hope that you understood all this. I know that this is a very confusing situation as it pertains to all this rhetoric that I'm spitting at you, but folks, this is capitalism, this is business, and as I stated, the Trump administration is the manifestation of the capitalist revolution taking control of state power. And I said right when this man took office that what was he going to do? He was going to write executive order after executive order after executive order to make sure that he fulfills the promises that he said in his campaign speeches all across this country as he was running for president. This man is not going to be your average Washington, D.C. Bureaucratic globalist sellout. This man is going to mean what he says what he means, because that's what capitalists do. So with that being said, the reaction of the Trump administration kind of alluding to the fact that the euro is undervalued, it spiked the euro value dramatically today and decreased the value of the U.S. dollar. Now, because we saw a decreased value in the U.S. dollar, we should, which we did see, a decrease in the equities market, and we should see an increase in the commodities market. So we shall see if that is reflected here as we run down the damn stocks and the markets today. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Now, once again, I did not want to suggest a stock to watch today. It was not a very conducive environment to pattern or day trade. It was so unpredictable today that you could be literally holding something and literally anticipating one of those waves, and because of uncertainty, and believe it or not, folks, I mean, the market took a dip when Trump said that he was going to do something about drug prices. I mean, you could take a look at that chart right there on the intraday on whether it's the Dow, S&P, or NASDAQ. I mean, it just took a head, or it took a dive, for Christ's sake. And you don't want to be holding the bag in a pattern trade when something like that happens, because you're going to be losing money. And let me tell you, it wasn't very good for pattern traders. Now, I had some people ask me that, what about this symbol DRYS? How come you're not suggesting that, Ghost? It's up in the pre-market. There's 1.9 million shares that had been traded in the pre-market, up 40-something%. Why aren't you suggesting that stock? Well, first and foremost, folks, for you investors that have been around, especially here post the election, this was right after the election in November or sometime, there was a huge pump and dump, a run on cargo stocks, shipping stocks. And that's exactly what symbol DRYS is. Now, if you take a look at the chart for 6 months, you can see that run that happened. And it wasn't just this stock. I mean, pretty much you could just, during the time after the election, for whatever reason, you had this ridiculous run on the shipping stocks. Now, the reason I did not suggest anyone get into this particular shipping boom, and it was very short-lived. I mean, it only lasted for like about a week, and then everybody realized, wait a minute, what are we doing? And they started selling off. Now, the reason I didn't suggest any stocks during that boom, because there's a lot of people that listen to this broadcast that don't really understand the markets. They're kind of starting to gather a lot of the analysis that I give out on this broadcast in the first hour, but it's a lot to take in. Believe me, you have to be around this market a long time like I have to understand it. So with that being said, let's just say for the sake of argument, I did suggest a couple of those shipping stocks during that boom. A lot of the investors that are out here that really don't understand the market would have gotten on that stock. And at the time when these damn stocks were going up 200, 500, 1,000% within a couple of days, it would have left a misguided representation on the beginning investor into believing that these types of ridiculous increases are common in the market and that they're going to just continuously perpetuate on a sustainable basis, which that is not the case. And that's what people need to understand. The market is fickle. I mean, it's based upon supply and demand. And when you've got everybody running towards a certain sector, you got everybody running towards a certain stock, it's going to raise up, man. It's going to rise. All right? It's going to rise, and that's exactly what we've been seeing in a lot of different stocks and a lot of different sectors. So that's why I caution people about, running with some of these, I like to call pump and dumps, because what the hell was that? I mean, take a look at the chart on any of these shipping stocks. Take a look back around November. I mean, they just shot up dramatically and they crashed hard. And just taking a look at any one of those shipping stocks and take a look around November and you see this humongous increase in wave and then a dramatic fall. That's exactly what's going to happen to the Dow Jones Industrial, S&P, and the NASDAQ. It's exactly what's going to happen.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit mbusa.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
So I caution anybody entering into this market, be careful, because there is a major contraction coming. Now, this is January 31st. And now that we're starting to see gradual decreases in these markets, folks, it's looking eerily similar to the crash of 2009. Now, we saw the bulk of the crash, at least the beginning point, where we saw consistent 300, 400, 500-point dips on a consistent basis in the month of February in 2009. Now, prior to that, I've found an interesting pattern here. Now, if we go take a look back to 1987. 1987 was the last stock market crash of the 80s, and then the 90s came in, and there was some turbulence in the beginning of George H.W. Bush's tenure and also into the tenure of Bill Clinton. But for the most part, the crash of 87 was a major contraction that no one who was in the stock market at that particular time will ever forget. We didn't see another major contraction to that capacity until 1999. And that was the dot-com boom. That was a dramatic correction that literally slapped everybody in the face. And, I mean, I was actually a little bit smart. I kind of anticipated that, what goes up must come down. I mean, I've learned that being around the market long enough. But 1999 was a major dramatic contraction. And it's reflected if you take a look at the charts going way back then. Now, everything kind of, settled down and it came back. And then the next crash was in 2009, which was February. I remember it like it was yesterday, folks. I mean, it was like night and day. Before you knew it, 1 minute everybody's working, everybody's having a good life. Literally the next month, the February, March, I mean, everybody was living in hell. I mean, people were losing their houses, their jobs, they were losing their freaking cars. I mean, there were credit freezes, for Christ's sake. Credit card companies were recalling debts. Some banks were recalling notes. I mean, it was ridiculous. But I do remember it vividly, folks. And guess what? we're, in my opinion, are about to have a crash in 2017. So we take a look at those patterns. 1987, 1999, 2009, 2017. Just a little bit of a factor there, a little bit of a pattern that I see that basically says that we're going to have a crash and a contraction this year. I don't know how many more signs you need for you folks that are still buying into this pump and dump market. I don't know how many more signs you need to realize that this market is ridiculous. And cash is going to be king here for the next 2 or 3 quarters. So if you're sitting on cash, when the contraction happens, you go right in. I'm not even joking around. You go right in there. And obviously, as somebody alluded to on Twitter, when it crashes, obviously they're going to blame it on Trump. And the thing that's going to offset the crash of the stock market is Trump's attempt, and valiant one at that, to bring in a decent labor market, which has been beyond anemic for such a long time. I mean, he is going to offset losses that could potentially be in the stock market here with employment, with actual paying jobs, with actual good, high-paying jobs. Anyway, folks, let me go ahead and get to the stock market here because it was down today, to say the least. All right, it was down today, to say the least. Now, let's go ahead and go to it, shall we? Now, the funny thing about it is, as we started headed down towards the end of the day, we start seeing these increases towards the end of the day, which is uncanny and unusual, to be honest with you. I typically, in traditional markets that aren't under such uncertainty and under, such constraints of lack of volume and, unpredictable earnings and that sort of thing, traditionally I usually see a downslide at the end of the day in full markets, when it's full employment, good economy, that sort of thing. I find it really, really odd that if you take a look at the intraday charts on some of these, or all the indexes in America, they tend to go upwards on the last hour of trading, which I don't know what the hell that's about because, like I have said, folks, someone or a collusion of individuals are continuously trying to prop this damn market up. And you could see it reflected today as the market started going down and then going back up again, down and going back up again. I mean, it's a completely manipulated market, in my opinion. I mean, there is a collusion going on right before our eyes to continue to have this market propped up. And every time it wants to recede, every time people are selling off, you've got people running up certain stocks so that it can create the illusion that the damn whole index is going up on its own. So anyway, with that being said, let's just go ahead and get to the market right now. It's a very weird day in the market. It's not day tradable, I'll tell you that right now. As a matter of fact, while I was sitting and took the day off as it pertains to day or pattern trading, I actually made money just sitting at home watching gold and silver, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, let's get to the Dow Jones Industrial here. Dow Jones Industrial is down 107.04 points, a percentage decrease of 0.54%, closing out the Dow Jones Industrial at 19,864.09 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. Now, it's a long, it's not. Weren't we at just 20,100? All right. I mean, isn't it supposed to be 20,100 going on here? Anyway, let's continue going here, folks. We've got the S&P 500 down, and look at the S&P 500's intraday chart. I mean, give me a break, man. I mean, look at that freaking all of a sudden miraculous buys at the end of the day. What a prop up of these markets, man. What a prop up. Give me a break. I mean, can it get any more obvious that this is a goddamn pump and dump? God damn it. It's a trap. Take a look at the intraday charts of the S&P and the NASDAQ, and that'll show you what doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, S&P 500, folks, is down 2.03 points decrease on the day, a percentage decrease of 0.09%, closing out the S&P at 2,278.87 points for the S&P 500. Let's continue going here. We got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, Jesus Christ. Take a look at the intraday chart on the NASDAQ, please. Take a look at that. It doesn't make sense. They are propping up this goddamn market to goof people into it. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of people holding the bag. And when we start seeing this major contraction, because, folks, I personally believe that the book value of the Dow is somewhere in the range of 10 to 13,000. The actual book value. And if it ever retracts to that point, I think that people are going to get so scared, you're going to see everybody jump ship. And we're going to see, like we just saw in 2009, 2009, when we saw the Dow Jones Industrial go down to 8,000 points, for Christ's sake. But when you see it go that down, what are you doing? Go in, baby. Start buying. Start buying and holding. That's where you make your long-term investments. That's where you make your wealth, and that's what I'm waiting for. You see, I'm not rooting for a crash. I'm ready for a crash. That's all there is to it. Anyway, the NASDAQ, take a look at that intraday chart. Doesn't even make any sense. It was dramatically down, folks, today. It was down 1.5% at one point, and now all of a sudden, miraculously, the NASDAQ is up a 0.07 point today. You got to be kidding me, man. Who else in the investment community can't read this unless they're participating in the collusion themselves? I'm just saying. And listen, I'm trying to tell people out here. I'm trying to tell people what's about to happen. That's why I continue to do this broadcast. Because I'm trying to let people know, look, there's going to be a crash. You got to wait. You got to be patient. These patterns look eerily similar to 2009. You got a lot of things in play at this point that's going to basically force a contraction. So let's just wait. And like I said, I'm not rooting for one, but I'm ready for one. And when it happens, I'm going in and I'm generating wealth, baby. That's what I'm doing. And let me tell you, that's what Warren Buffett does, man. That's what made him, one of the, second or third richest man in the world. That's all he does is he goes in when everybody leaves the market. That's been his whole MO as it pertains to an investor. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to commodities here. A weird day in energy. We saw energy take off today. I saw oil high as 1.10, 1.20, depending on WTI or Brent crude. That made no sense, considering that we're still hearing reports that OPEC is not necessarily obliging the damn OPEC cut. Even Saudi Arabia has been caught overproducing, and it just shows signs of desperation. And I'm not really too sure if this oil price is going to get too much higher. I'm not really too sure. We shall wait and see what happens as it pertains to this oil market. But I am definitely bearish on this. I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole, even if it looks like it potentially could go up. We're finding all kinds of oil deposits in America here. Like I said, we found one in Texas, found one in Alaska. We have the capability of producing our own oil. And if that's the case, then I don't know what the hell's going to happen to the energy market. I'm very anxiously waiting to see. Anyway, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We've got WTI. It is up today, 17 cents, a percentage increase of 0.32%, closing out WTI at $52.80 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude also up today, 47 cents, a percentage increase of 0.85%, closing out Brent crude at $55.70 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We've got gasoline up today, 1.34% increase on the day for gasoline. So I don't know what the hell's going on in the energy market, but something is fueling it. Huh? Let's get to natural gas, the feast or famine commodity. It is down today. I'm telling you, you are famining out today if you're investing in the natural gas commodity. It is down 3.09% decrease on the day for natural gas. I'm telling you, very, very fickle. Very fickle, that natural gas. I don't really know what's going on here. Let me continue going on here. Right? We've got heating oil up today, 0.31% increase on the day. Let's go ahead and get to precious metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the damn metals. Anyway, we've got the metals. I mean, did you see gold and silver today, folks? I mean, what did I tell you? Somebody in Twitter questions yesterday was asking me, do I wait till $10 to go into silver? Are you kidding me? Go in now is what I said to somebody who asked me on Twitter questions whether to wait for silver to drop. Go in now. If you would have gone in now, I'm telling you this right now. You'd be in the money right now. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you'd be up at least 2%, 1.5% on your money right now from one day to the goddamn next. So let's continue going. We got gold up today, $16.10, a percentage increase of 1.35%, closing out gold at $1,209.30 per troy ounce of gold, baby. And I'm telling you, and what I've always said about silver will get you the bigger percentage yield. Gold will give you the bigger money yield. Because you got to spend more money to get gold, so that when it goes up 1%, you get more money yield per se, but the percentage yield is in the silver. And let's go ahead and take a look at that, shall we? Silver went up today, 2.47% increase on the day for silver. You know what I mean? I'm not even joking around. A 2.47% increase on the day for silver, folks. What did I say? Look at that. I mean, give me a break. You don't even get that kind of interest rate anymore on a goddamn banking account, man. Are you kidding me? One day to the next. If you would have bought a silver coin, if you would have, bought a silver bar, silver bullion, if you would have bought silver jewelry, for heaven's sake, it would be going up 2.5% today on your money. It's as simple as that. As a matter of fact, there are people that are actually taking my advice and they're going to financial institutions. Now, I have heard from folks that are partaking in doing this that the better institutions are the smaller credit unions, the smaller banks. They're more favorable to doing this. And what you do is you want to exchange a certain amount of money, whether it's $20, $50, in exchange for $50. Now, what the bank will do is give you a whole bunch of $50, and what you want to do is look through those, and you want to be able to make sure that if it's before 1964, that is silver, baby, all right? Those $50 are silver, all right? If it's before, I believe, 1972, I believe, it's 40% silver. Either way, it's worth more than face value. So just by exchanging $1 into actual $50, you could be potentially making money. All right? Hey, let me tell you something. I've got people doing this, and people started doing this since I suggested. One person in the inner circle, what's going on, sparked, by the way. This man has accumulated a massive amount of silver conducting this particular strategy of obtaining silver out of nowhere. I'm not even joking around, man. I mean, he showed me his coin collection, and I'm telling you, by that man doing that, he just made himself a gangload of money today by just exchanging currency. It didn't cost him a damn thing but effort, energy. It's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. So let me go ahead and continue going because I'm not saying that all banks are going to do this. Some banks are pricks about it. I've had some people having to close their bank accounts at some of these bigger institutions because they refuse to do this for them. And then, hey, give me a break. Even if they're going to charge you a little bit of a premium, you know what I mean? Give me a break. Anyway, let's continue going here. Once again, silver is up 2.47% on the day, closing out silver at $17.58 per troy ounce of silver. Copper went up dramatically today. It was up 2.67% increase on the day for copper. So metals was on fire, except for platinum. Platinum is down today, 0.07% decrease on the day for platinum. Let's get to agriculture. Now, what we should be seeing in agriculture is a lot of green as opposed to all the red we saw yesterday. And this should reflect the decrease in dollar that we saw today. And I'm looking at the board, across the board, and it does see a lot of sea of green in the agriculture sector. So let's go ahead and do this. We've got grains. Corn is up 0.56% increase on the day for corn. Wheat is up 1.63% increase on the day for wheat. That's what I'm saying, folks. When the decrease in dollar happens, the increase in commodities happen. That's just fundamentals of finance, or at least it should be. I don't know, some of these investors are smoking crack, so I have no idea what the hell they're going to do sometimes. We've got oats. Oats is up 0.21% increase on the day. Rough rice is actually taking it on the teeth, ironically. Rough rice is down 2.36% decrease on the day for rough rice. So, hopefully we see some lower costs on those rice batches there that they have on the supermarket shelves. Let's continue going. Soybean is up 0.17%. Soybean oil up 0.71%. Canola down 0.67% decrease for canola. Let's get to the soft, shall we? Now we are starting to see some green in this sector. Cocoa, which is the base for chocolate, is up 1.20%. And let me tell you something. I think people need to eyeball this commodity right here. Aside from it approaching Valentine's Day and it being, the highest chocolate-consuming day of the year, if I'm not mistaken, but at the same time, there is now destabilization going on in the Ivory Coast. I've been looking into this. The last time we had this particular scenario, we had a typical African leader that did not, for whatever reason, want to leave power. His name was Gbagbo, if I recollect appropriately or correctly. He didn't want to leave, and as a result, there was a little bit of a skirmish, kind of a civil war that ensued, which increased the cost of cocoa dramatically. And this destabilization or this disturbance that I'm seeing currently in the Ivory Coast could reflect the cocoa prices because the Ivory Coast is the biggest producer of cocoa, believe it or not. So eyeball that Ivory Coast scenario, see if anything comes out of it, because it could potentially increase the cost of chocolate dramatically. I'm not even joking around. Anyway, we saw some increases in coffee yesterday.
Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude. Just don't talk to me.
Shut up, you stupid four-eyed fruit. Coffee was up yesterday, and we're seeing it come down a little bit because of the potential 20% tax of anything that comes across the border. So that is being reflected in the increase yesterday. You're seeing some decreases today. Coffee is down 1.06% decrease on the day. And let me tell you something. Everybody out there that's listening in, do not buy your coffee at Starbucks, all right? I'm not even joking around. Do not buy you know what Starbucks is doing? It is slapping everybody in the face that created that company. All the people that spent money, the American citizens that created that entity, that damn company is slapping everybody in the face by saying, you know what, we're going to defy Donald Trump, and we're going to give jobs to 10,000 illegal immigrants in America. Because why? Well, F the American people. That's why. Oh, yeah, keep buying Starbucks, you mindless morons. I'm not even joking around. As a matter of fact, anytime that kind of garbage happens, that's actually a pretty good shorting opportunity. All right? I'm not even joking around. But aside from that, boycott Starbucks, all right? Go buy coffee somewhere else. Why don't you go buy coffee the old-fashioned way at the corner store when it used to cost $1, $1.50? Why is everybody out here, I want that Italian latte with a little bit of the bean of the freshness of Kathmandu type of... Just shut up. I'm sick of you damn coffee snobs, for Christ's sake, man. You morons can't even balance your checkbooks. And you idiots are out here trying to be pompous ass about a goddamn coffee, freaking a cup of coffee. I'm sick of this crap, man. I remember when coffee used to cost $1. You remember that? You know what I mean? You should take it from the goddamn coffee machine, you put it in a goddamn styrofoam, and some idiot with a freaking nose ring and a stupid tattoo in his face would say, yeah, dude, it's $1. And then you were on your way. Now we've got these same idiots that now probably have a goddamn ring on their schlongs, and, who the hell knows what else they have piercings at. They're now baristas. Oh, baristas, for Christ's sake. The baristas. Jesus Christ, man. As a matter of fact, I read on Drudge Report here recently that you baristas, all right? You baristas, for Christ's sake, are your days are numbered. I mean, you're going to be replaced by robots, and then what are you going to do? Then what are you going to do? Stupid morons. Anyway, let me move on. I'm going on and on about coffee, but boycott Starbucks. That's all I got to say. Boycott Starbucks. And let me tell you, if you spend money at Starbucks, you're promoting illegal immigration. If you're buying a cup of coffee at Starbucks, you're spitting on our troops. That's what you're doing. You're hawking up one of those fresh, disgusting, moist loogies. You know what I'm saying? And you're spitting on our troops, and you're spitting on America. And I'm not even joking around. Boycott Starbucks. I'm not even joking around. If you purchase Starbucks, you're anti-American as far as I'm concerned. And hey, Starbucks, F you, man. All right, seriously. You're going to sit over here and defy the new laws of the land, and you think you can do so? Why? Because you think you're some corporate entity? Stupid Starbucks. Boycott Starbucks. Boycott all these liberal piece of trash companies. I'm not even joking around. It's like they're taking a dump on capitalism, man. Hey, this is why I keep telling you folks every day on this broadcast, where you spend your money is a political statement, man. I mean, where you spend your money is where you actually are promoting the type of environment that you're creating in your community. If you go out and you spend your money at Walmarts and Kmarts and, supermarts and all these, bureaucratic corporate entities that come into local communities and gobble up the remaining circulating currency in the damn area, and the people there are left destitute, and the only money that they've got is the meager wages that the local town Walmart has to pay you, for Christ's sake. Hey, if you're going to spend your money at Walmart, expect low wages, expect menial jobs. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, with that being said, let me move on because I'm taking too much time here. Let's go ahead and get to sugar. Sugar is up today, 0.69%. Orange juice retracted after yesterday's increases while everything was going down. Orange juice is down 2.78% decrease on the day for orange juice. Cotton up 1.08%. Lumber is up 1.79%, and rubber, what the hell is going on with rubber? I mean, you'd think that rubber would be highly prevalent getting so close to Valentine's Day, but at this point in time, with the amount of AIDS and STD rates that are going up the roof in this country, I guess I could see why rubber is down 4.53% decrease on the day. Good God. Good God. Oh, my God. Ethanol, Jesus Christ. Ethanol is up today, 0.73% increase on the day. Let's go ahead and get to livestock, shall we? All right, livestock, live cattle is down 0.57%, and that's good, man. Keep these cattle prices down. I'm loving these cheap prices of beef out here. All right, I'm getting 3-inch thick cut steaks. I'm not even joking around. I'm loving every minute of it. So keep it coming. Cattle feeder is down today, folks, 0.91%. And lean hog, it's climbed back up after yesterday's decrease. It is up 1.50% increase on the day for lean hogs. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to remind everybody that Bitcoin has increased in value because of the uncertainty that's happening all over the international community. I mean, when you have the comments made by Trump's administration stating that the euro may be undervalued, it kind of spooks a lot of people that are currently wanting to be paid in U.S. currency. So people are hedging. People are hedging right now, and a hedge right now is Bitcoin. I'm not really too sure about these prices. I knew that when we saw a dip here recently that we were going to see it go back up. I mean, there's a lot of people involved in Bitcoin. It's a global cryptocurrency. A lot of people are using it across the world, and it's a hedge at this point in time, especially in America. And that's why we need to wait for Trump's tax cuts to see what Bitcoin is going to be interpreted in the new administration. Currently, under the tax code in America, Bitcoin is viewed as property, not currency. And the only time that you pay money or a tax on anything is if you purchase something via the Bitcoin purchase. I mean, because you're technically capital gaining if you exchange a Bitcoin purchase for a car or for a house or for something of that capacity. The federal government is going to want its cut. But if you leave everything in cryptocurrency, it is considered properly until liquidated. But that particular rule in the IRS pertaining to Bitcoin could change in the new administration. And listen, that's why yesterday I was pissed off at these damn Republicans. I mean, they are literally dragging their feet as it pertains to this tax cut. And that's why I'm saying we need to hold these goddamn bureaucrats' feet to the fire. These establishment assholes that think that they are our leaders, they're our owners, they're our dictators. I'm talking Paul Ryans. I'm talking Mitch McConnell's. I'm talking Chuck Schumer's. I'm talking John McCain, Lindsey Graham, Nancy Pelosi, all these establishment scumbags, man. They think that we're their cattle, for Christ's sake. And I'm sick of them. And they're doing whatever it takes to halt Donald Trump's progress in making America great again. And I'm calling on everybody in the Trump train. Just because we won the election, we have not won the war. We have to continue to be politically active. We got to continue to take our political responsibility seriously and hold these bureaucrats' feet to the fire. We must hold these bureaucrats' feet to the fire. Now, before I get on with the rest of the show, I do want to say something that I announced yesterday about the mosque shooting that killed 6 in Canada. I think it was in Quebec. The initial reports came out and stated that the shots that were fired, that words could be heard from the assailant that said Allah Akbar. And that was the initial reports. Do you all remember this, folks? That's what everybody was saying. Miraculously, they find this white, looks like, borderline psychotropic drug kid that's supposed to be on Pol 4chan, which I find ironic enough. And now they're claiming, and I'm reading the reports as they come out, folks, they're claiming that this kid who supposedly went in and did this shooting at a mosque, killing 6 people, according to reports, they're now blaming Internet Talk Radio for basically conjuring up the inspiration to doing the shooting at this mosque. Now, I want to say something here really fast. I think that this is in my opinion, a false flag. There's too many inconsistencies with the story out there, and it seems as if what they have done is tried to reestablish the narrative into making it look like as if it was a right-wing inspired shooting. Listening to Internet Talk Radio is what they have said. Internet Talk Radio, which is ironic. Now, with that being said, folks, I also want to report that aside from this supposed over-drugged-looking psychotropic drug-taking kid being taken into custody for allegedly shooting this mosque in Quebec, I find it ironic there was 2 people taken into custody and only one of them actually charged. And this is in the official report. So this goddamn Quebec shooting in Canada stinks to high hell. I mean, I'm not even joking around. And they're trying to implicate Pol 4chan. They're trying to implicate Internet Talk Radio, which I want to know who the hell they mean by that. I'm serious. I want to know what the hell they mean by Internet Talk Radio, for Christ's sake. And I'm telling you this right now, I really don't appreciate what the Canadian people out there, the Canadian government, the authorities, the media, I don't appreciate them trying to blame Internet Talk Radio when this damn little false flag stinks to high hell. This false flag stinks to high hell. And now they're going to try to blame Internet Radio. I mean, what Internet Radio are they talking about connected to Pol 4chan? I mean, honestly, huh? Honestly. Anyway, folks, I just wanted to go ahead and reiterate that because I would want to remind everybody that I am not advocating violence, okay? I am not advocating anybody go out and do anything of this sort. Even though these dumbass Canadian authorities are trying to shape the narrative as if some lunatic, over-drugged, psychotropic drug-taking or looking kid was induced to going into a mosque and start shooting individuals indiscriminately, that is just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous, and I think this is a concerted effort on trying to regulate Internet Talk Radio. And I'll be goddamned if you Canadian bacon, moose humping, maple leaf up the ass having jerk dicks try to say that Internet Talk Radio had anything to do with this damn false flag. Anything to do with this damn false flag, you stupid dumbass cucks in Canada, god damn it. So I'm serious. I'm serious here, folks. This is not a joke. All right? They are trying to make a concerted effort here in Canada to try to shape the narrative that it's right-wing extremists that were induced to doing this particular shooting, and I don't believe it one goddamn bit. The stories, the reports, everything is inconsistent, and when it's inconsistent, that means it smells of a false flag to high hell. And as I stated, folks, Trudeau makes this announcement on Twitter to all the supposed people that are banned. All right, 7 countries that are travel banned from coming to America. You had Trudeau saying, hey, come over to Canada, eh? Come on over to Canada, eh? Within hours of that tweet, this particular mosque shooting happened, and I think it was damage control. I mean, the initial reports were saying that these people, or the alleged assailant, went in, started shooting and saying, Allah Akbar. And all of a sudden, they find some snot-nosed little, half a autistic, looks like psychotropic drug-induced kid who, conducted this shooting? How the hell did, first of all, this kid get the goddamn gun in the highly regulated gun country of Canada? Somebody explain that. Somebody explain that crap.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit mbusa.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
How the hell did this kid get a damn gun to start shooting people indiscriminately in a goddamn mosque? How the hell did he get it in a highly regulated gun country like Canada? Can somebody explain that? How about you, Trudeau, you stupid Fidel Castro son-looking cunt? God, how do you explain that, cuckery? How do you explain it? You can't explain it. And when you have this many anomalies that you put on top of each other, folks, it smells like a goddamn false flag operation from hell. And now they're going to blame Internet Talk Radio. Hey, Canada, F you, all right? F you. You're going to blame Internet Talk Radio for anything that anybody did. F you, you stupid dumbasses out there in the Canadian government, the Canadian media. You guys are pieces of trash. You people have induced your goddamn people into liberal lunacy, for Christ's sake. Just gonna blame Internet Talk Radio. Shove it up your clogged up goddamn maple leaf loving poopers, man. Blaming Internet Talk Radio. Shut up. Anyway, with that being said, let's just go ahead and take some Twitter shout-outs, and let's lighten the mood here for a minute, all right? Let's go ahead and just lighten the mood here a little bit. Let's take some Twitter shout-outs. And for you folks that are unaware, Twitter shout-outs, all you got to do is go to my Twitter account right now at PoliticsGhost and retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. And the tweet to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Live. All right, True Capitalist Radio Live. That's the tweet to retweet if you want a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast right here and now. And before we get into Twitter shout-outs, I want to give my apologies about the Valentine's cards not being put up last evening, folks. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, there's just not enough time in the day. I unfortunately have not gotten around to it, but they will be up by this evening, mark my words. And for you idiots that call up with that stupid, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, shove it up your ass, all right? I mean, besides the engineer over here, I'm technically a goddamn one-man operation, all right? All right, I don't have a goddamn extensive production team or any of that crap. All right? I got to do all this myself. I'm a one-man broadcasting show, for Christ's sake. I broadcast straight 3 hours, man. Who does that without a break? I mean, most of these goddamn talk radio idiots, you know what they do? They sit back, they babble for about 15 minutes, they take a 20-minute break. Babble for another 15 minutes and take another 20-minute break. That ain't talk radio, all right? That ain't talk radio. That's bitch crap. Excuse my French, that's bitch crap. Jesus Christ. Anyway, with that being said, like I said, no offense, engineer. I know you do your job, but, you're just messing around with a bunch of wires back there. You don't know what it's like to be the talent, all right? Jesus Christ. Anyway, wait for tonight, folks. We'll have Valentine's Day's cards up tonight. My apologies on all this. All right. Do we have any Twitter shout-outs, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. All right, who do we got here? We've got Metal Capitalist in the place. We got Dorito Burrito. We've got Daruna. What's going on to Daruna? How you doing? Baron Trump Enemy. No, come on, man. No. Anyway, we've got J-Man Capitalist Remington in the house, Chris Hyde in the place, the Smiler in the house, Xbox is real work, AL Game Freak in the place. We got CDI Fan, for Christ's sake. 150K lost Apple short. Hey, did that guy lose his ass? I heard about this moron on Reddit that was about to drop 150K on Apple prior to the earnings. Did that guy lose his ass? Somebody let me know. It'd be funny to figure that out, and I'd like to laugh at his face for being an idiot. What else? Inner Circle equals Gestapo. Yeah, you know what? Shove it up your ass. And look, let me go ahead and address that now, okay? Because we got a lot of people in here that are pissing and moaning that, you know, they're half-a-tards, and because they're half-tards, they're being pushed out of the Inner Circle, all right? Now, let me explain something here. For all you folks that are out there that have, been like kind of just ostracized and excommunicated from the goddamn Inner Circle, I'll tell you what. This is what I'm going to do. Instead of kicking people out of the Inner Circle here, which are half-tards and are typically under the age of 20 and don't understand that, hey, Mr. Mental Retardation, the Inner Circle is serious business, I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these people, I'm going to put these half-tard idiots, and you know who you are, you dumbass, imbecilic half-tards, whose parents should be repeatedly hit in the balls and in the panocha with an Acme brick so that there's no more useless piece of dumbfounded shit that's shitted out of a uterus that looks like you and acts like you and thinks like you. I think that we are going to put people on what I like to call the kids' table. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and start talking about people that are causing ruckus out here in the Inner Circle. We're going to put you at the kids' table, boy. All right? I'm not even joking around. So, look, for all you stupid half-a-tards out here that don't understand that the Inner Circle is serious business and you pay for an Inner Circle slot and you're pissing and moaning because you're half a goddamn tard and cannot, figure out what's your major malfunction in your stupid, ridiculous half-a-tard brain, we're going to go ahead and put you at the kids' table. The Inner Circle kids' table, boy. All right? So for all you half-tards out there, they're like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Get in the goddamn kids' table.
Hi, Ghost. I don't know what I'm doing, Ghost.
Get in the kids' table. Get in that kids' table and sit there, you stupid half-a-tard. Anyway, with that being said, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before I get started on anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost, all right? And for all those that aren't doing so already, all right, everybody go ahead and follow me on Twitter. All right, the Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow, all right? And like I said, we're going to have to start putting people at the kiddie table out here. There's an Inner Circle kiddie table now because, we got these people that are half-tards. And I'm not even joking. These people they're tards. They're literally, there's something wrong in their head. They're stupid. They're ignorant idiots. I mean, they're far gone. So, we'll go ahead and put a short bus. Let's put, screw the kids' table. It is the Inner Circle short bus. All right? And we're going to announce who's in the Inner Circle short bus here in the next couple of days because everybody should, keep in mind what we have to put up with here in the Inner Circle and should definitely tell these people that, hey, look at you. You're in the Inner Circle short bus because you're half a tard.
Hey, look at you. You're in the inner circle short bus because you're half a tard. You can't think properly. You can't get the stupid little discombobulated synapses in your half a tard head to realize, hey, maybe I need to stop being such a tard.
So for you, and you know who you are, you half tards. I don't even need to say who you are. You know who you are. You're shameless, dumb, imbecile kids, with all due respect, that deserves, all right? That deserves to be put on a goddamn short bus, all right? All right? Yeah, King Ed Undead. That's a prime example of a short bus candidate there. And listen, hey, King Ed Undead, with all due respect, I've seen your family, man. That whole family of yours belongs on the short bus, no offense. No wonder, you've got a major malfunction in your head, you moron. Anyway, let's go. And let me tell you, since you're on the short bus, we'll go ahead and put you at the front here and go ahead and watch all the other tards that are, kind of commiserating with you on the short bus, all right? Hey, guys, I'm Eddie Hinkle here, and I've got 727. Hey, 727, how you doing, man? Hey, guys, how you doing, man? I'm here with Grandpa Eddie here, and well, that's great. I like the show here. I hope you like do you like the show? Yeah, man, I like the show. I'm just waiting for Grandpa H.
Well, that's great. What are we doing here? I'm just, trying to replicate what Ghost is doing and pretending it's my own here, And I'm actually, sitting here in the inner circle, trying to make a show on the inner circle because, I'm so half a tard I can't even participate in the serious conversations that are happening in the inner circle.
Well, yeah, I'm trying, I'm trying here,
Well, that's good. Here, look, here's Eeyore. Hey, Eeyore, how you doing?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Eeyore, I heard that you're in the short bus, too. What do you think about that?
Well, oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Well, I'm autistic, so I deserve special treatment, and I don't deserve to be in the short bus.
Well, hey, welcome to the King Undead show here. We're all a bunch of short bus tards. So, hey, welcome. I mean, why don't we call ourselves something, fellas?
Yeah, guys. What are we going to call ourselves?
How about, I'm not too sure. How about Cards with the Tards?
I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm not really sure about that, man.
I'm not even joking. Listen, I mean, I'm actually taking what Ghost is saying about me being a tard, all right? I mean, I'm actually kind of understanding what he's saying. I'm not even joking around here. I mean, I'm looking at my father. What a small-headed tard. I'm looking at my mother. What a fat-headed tard. I'm looking at my brother. What a tub of shit tard. I'm looking at my sister. I mean, she's the only one that's not a tard, but she's, liberal. So I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. But you know what? I got a video game. Yay! I got a video game. And listen, hey, and not to mention, you know what we should do, guys? I got an idea. 727?
Yeah, man. What's up, man?
I have an idea. What you're going to do is you're going to pretend you're hacked. Okay? You're going to pretend that you're hacked and tell the inner circle that you're hacked and you got hacked and it's going to cause a rise in them and
Yeah, go ahead and do that, man. Do that and do what you're doing, man.
Yeah. And at the same time, over here, Eeyore, you know what I want you to do?
No, I don't like to do too much unless it has something to do with pornographic cartoons or kid-like material. I don't really like working too much. I don't know.
here, okay? What we're going to do here, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to have, get this, hear me out, the Inner Circle Short Bus Revolution. That's what we're going to do, guys. All right, the Inner Circle Short Bus Revolution. That's what we're going to do. As a matter of fact, we're going to recruit Teutonic Plague. Hey, Teutonic, come on over here. It is I, the Teutonic Plague. Hey, Teutonic, you know what I want you to do? I want you to go on Ghost's show. Even though everybody hates you and don't want you on there anymore, go on Ghost's show, okay, and pretend, okay? Pretend that that you want to be the host of the show, okay? And you know what we're going to do, guys? We're all going to pretend that we want Teutonic as like the host of the show, and it'll be so great. And you know what we're going to do here? You know what we're going to do? We're going to try. We're going to definitely try to go, and we're going to try to cause a little raid in the Inner Circle.
Yeah, man, I think that's cool, man. Yeah. I think I'm down with that, man. Oh, I don't know if I'm autistic. I think I'm going to have to ask my mom to just do it for me. Oh.
I'm serious. And listen, excuse me. Listen, I almost slipped up there. Listen, I got another idea. Masked Pony. Come over here, Masked Pony. Yeah, what do you want from me? I'm just over here writing nice stories. I'm just over here writing nice stories over here about incontinence. What do you want from me? Well, we're all in the short bus here. Even though you're not a part of the Inner Circle, I know that, your half a tarred, lopsided-looking head makes the Inner Circle and Ghost in the Capitalist Army very upset, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to spam your ugly face at Ghost Twitter account. That's what I want you to spam, that ugly little four-eyed face of yours, all right? And by the way, what kind of glasses do you have, Masked Pony? Good God, it makes your eyes like 20 times bigger than your head. What's going on? Oh, well, I write nice stories, so I gotta have good glasses. I gotta have good glasses, and that's what the nice stories going on here. Well, okay. That's what we're going to do, guys. All right? I'm King and Ed Undead. It's the Short Bus Inner Circle Revolution, dude. We're going to do it, dude. You know, I don't know why. Because I'm tired of the Inner Circle having all these conversations with big words that I just don't really understand. I really just don't understand them. And, when they try to explain them to me, I really don't want to understand. All I just want to say is, I'm retarded. That's all I want to say. I want to say, Inner Circle, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm retarded is what I want to say to these guys.
Well, I don't know, man. I try to talk to them, and I don't know if they really like me much. I think I'm going to have to write a note and say I'm going to go on vacation, guys, and I might have to take a sabbatical from the Inner Circle.
Well, just settle down there, okay? 727, settle down. We're a team. Long live the Short Bus the Short Bus Inner Circle Tard Crew. That's what we are, guys. All right? Are you with me? Who's with me? How about you, 727? You with me? You with King and Ed Undead in the Inner Circle Short Bus Tard Revolution?
Yeah, whatever, that sounds good, man.
How about you, Eeyore? Are you with the Short Bus Inner Circle Tard Revolution?
Jeez. I guess so. I don't want to have to do nothing because I can't even put an eBay, listing up. I'm that autistic.
That's okay. It's okay. We're on the short bus for a reason, guys. All right? We're on the short bus for a reason. Masked Pony, I need you. You're more integral than anybody else, okay, Masked Pony? All right? Okay, I need you better than anybody else. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to put that ugly, disgusting head, that ugly, despicable, disgusting head of yours, all right, that I want you to put it all over the internet because, I mean, that's a face that'll scare small children, okay? And not only that, it's one of those annoying faces that even a tard like myself, King Ed Undead, I mean, I even want to punch that in the face, and I don't even care if you're wearing glasses. I mean, you have one of those punchable faces. So spread it around, okay? And we're going to put a meme on your face. Inner Circle Tard Bus Revolution. Inner Circle Short Bus Tard Revolution. I know that's a lot of syllables for us, but I know we can do it, guys. Are you with me there, Mask Pony? Yeah, I just want to make sure that I can continue to write stories that are heartfelt stories about incontinence. That's what I want to do. I want to just continue writing stories where I'm wearing Pampers. But I'll stay on the Inner Circle Short Bus as long as I tell my Pamper stories. That's what I want. All right. You got another thing coming, Inner Circle. Yeah. I mean, we're on the short bus. But I'm telling you this, we're having an Inner Circle revolution. And let me tell you, I know we're tards. Don't get me wrong. I look at my family every day. Believe me, I know I'm a goddamn tard. But let me tell you something. You're not going to be able to escape the short bus much longer, okay? We're going to make you as dumb as we are. That's what we want to do. We want to make you as dumb as we are. We want to make you as retarded as we are because we really don't appreciate that you use all the big words, all right? We don't appreciate that you use all the big words there, and we can't understand it. We can't understand it. So anyway, with that being said, my apologies, folks. That had to be done. I'm sorry. It had to be done. It was a tension breaker. It had to be done. Anyway, that's it for Twitter shout-outs, for Christ's sake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, all right? I'm tired of the tards. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired of the tards. And to be honest with you, I hope that with this, I hope this hits close to home to the individuals that I'm talking about here. That's how stupid you really are as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not joking. And if you're shameless about being that stupid, then why are you even wasting everybody's time? Why are you wasting your own time if you are that stupid? I'm just saying. I mean, you are turning perfectly good food into crap, and you're not making any contribution other than being a devious tard. I mean, if you're going to be a tard, why don't you be one of those innocent tards? You know? Why don't you be one of those innocent tards, for Christ's sake, man? All right, why don't you? I'm serious. Why don't you go and be one of those secret internet tards, these sweet little innocent internet tards, like, 2 plus 2 equals potato. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My favorite color's clear. Yeah. My favorite number's 0. Yeah. I mean, well, seriously, why can't you just be an innocent tard, you stupid half-tard idiots that are in your circle? How come you just can't be little innocent tards? You know? You know, instead of causing everybody, a ruckus, I mean, why don't you just, shut your mouth? You know what I mean? And ask for a balloon or something. Jesus Christ. Anyway, look, I'm sorry, folks, that I even aired Inner Circle business on the broadcast. It had to be done, unfortunately. I'm sorry, it had to be done. I'm sick of these brats. I'm sick of them. As a matter of fact, I don't understand why God even keeps people like this in existence. I'm serious. You know what? Let's bow our heads. Let's bow our heads right now. All right? Let's go ahead and do this, all right? Let's pray for the short bus right now. Bow your heads, bow your heads. Here we go. God, why exactly are you doing this? Why exactly do you keep people that make no contribution to civilization whatsoever and whose sole purpose in their own mental retarded minds is to make other people's lives miserable? Why do you do this, God? Is this your joke? Is this your joke to us people that actually want to live in a civilized society? You've got to go ahead and produce these half-tards that are sitting here running amok? And their defense mechanism every time they're busted, their defense mechanism every time they're caught is, I'm retarded. I'm retarded. I'm retarded.
Why are you doing this, God? I mean, why don't you do the world a favor, please, God, and just, I mean, stricken these people at least with some bad luck, God. Stricken these people with true adversity. Stricken these people with true adversity where it'll actually snap them out of their ridiculous, simplistic, tarred la-la land, and even in their mental retardation mist, they can begin to understand that, oh no, I did this bad. I don't want to do no more. This bad now. I just want to be nice kid. I want to be nice boy. All right? I want to be nice boy now. I just want to sit back and watch. I don't want to be bad boy. I want to be nice boy. How come you can't do this, God? Why are you doing this to us civilized people? Why? Why do you have these people in existence? Why? God, I mean, you know, I don't ask you for much, okay? I don't ask you for much, but please, God, do something to these people, all right? I mean, do something to these, you know, insignificant little nothings that are literally just retarded. I mean, they literally are retarded, God, and yet they still have the significance and the mental capacity to make other people's lives hell. They still have the mental capacity to know about cartoon pornographic material. They still have the mental capacity to know about all these little cartoons, all right? And all this little, My Little Pony, have all the goddamn mental capacity to know all about comic book characters and Winnie the Pooh and all this other crap, all right? But when it comes down to becoming productive members of society, God, you have given these tards the opportunity to just go ahead and bypass life like insignificant vegetables. So, God, I am calling on you. You know who I'm talking about, God. All right? All right? I don't ask you for much, but, God, please stricken these people with something. All right? I mean, stricken these people with something. You're looking down here. You know what's going on. These people are disgusting imbeciles. They enjoy making people's lives miserable. They enjoy causing ruckus. And God, to be honest with you, why exactly are you giving these people a safe passage? I mean, why aren't you stricken these people with, you know, anal leakage? You know, why don't you stricken these people with, you know, something of some capacity where they're not going to have the mental capacity anymore, all right, to do the kind of ridiculous man-child crap that they're doing, God, all right? So with that being said, okay, God, please, can you bless the short bus of the inner circle? Can you bless them with the horror of the realities of life so they will then realize that whenever they were doing this dumb, retarded, imbecilic garbage, they were actually in a decent position in life. And it wasn't until you struck them with life's turbulence that they realized, you know, I really want my mama back. I want my mama. I want my mama. So please stricken these people with something, God. I'm not even joking around. Please, all right? Please stricken these people, all right? Here, let me go ahead and give the cross, Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. The inner circle short bus is what we hate the most. Please, God, with your power, strike thee and smite thee so that these people no longer like taking PPs and diapers. Please. Jesus Christ. Amen. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's enough. I've already had it. And look, Templeton's over here. See, God called Templeton over here. What's wrong, Templeton? Huh? What's wrong with you, Templeton? What's wrong with you? You smell the freaking short bus in the air, huh? The pamper smell up in here? Say something, Templeton. No, you don't want to say anything? I don't blame you. You don't want to. I wouldn't want to talk to a bunch of tards either. Anyway, folks, my apology. I spent so much goddamn so much time on that. But like I said, folks, I mean, it had to be said. I mean, we've got an inner circle short bus now. We've got some tards, and unfortunately, that's just all there is to it. Anyway, with that being said, let's get back to the freaking show, man. I can't believe I've wasted this much time on these losers, for Christ's sake, man. Seriously. I hope God strickens you with inoperable tumor at the base of your spines. I'm not even joking. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to some real subject matters here. We've got Donald Trump, all right, ready to choose his Supreme Court nominee tonight. And, of course, we have the Democrats talking, all right? All right, we got the Democrats talking over, that they're going to obstruct. They're going to do everything to stop Donald Trump's nominees. You even got elements of the Republican Party doing this, for Christ's sake. And that's why I allude to the fact that we have to. I'm not joking. We have to actually go at these damn politicians and hold their feet to the fire. Because remember, in Washington, D.C. today, we have a lot of globalist agents. And the proof is all the laws that they have passed. The proof is in all the spending. That's all there is to it. All right? That's all there is to it. And I really don't appreciate that we've got so much obstruction going on in this goddamn Congress out here, especially from the Democrat side. I can't believe it. I think it's disgracing. You know what? That's why Donald Trump is going to pull out the pen, and he's going to continue to sign executive orders, and there's nobody to blame but Barack Obama, who set this precedent, for Christ's sake. All right? There ain't nobody but Barack Obama who set this precedent. So, you idiots in Congress can sit there all you want to and try to talk about how you're going to obstruct this and obstruct that. You ain't obstructing anything. You can obstruct these nuts. Because I'm telling you right now, I am fully on board with Donald Trump executive orders and bypassing Congress if necessary. I'm not even joking around. Screw these damn globalist bureaucrats who are agents of globalism. Screw them. Screw them.
Outside the office, you exercise, eat right, but being healthy shouldn't stop when you sit down at your desk. People say sitting is the new smoking. But what can you do? Check out VeriDesk, the original and easiest way to stand and sit while you work. It's simple and height adjustable with no assembly or new office furniture required. Find the size that's perfect for your desk at veridesk.com. Stand, sit, feel better. Go to veridesk.com and work the way you live. VeriDesk. Work elevated.
So anyway, with that being said, folks, all right, we as the people, we need to be politically active. I cannot emphasize this anymore. We can't be half tards and living in la-la land like the tards on the inner circle short bus here. We got to start hitting back hard. We got to start making sure that these morons in Washington do not obstruct Trump. And if they do, we got to give them so much bombardment of trolling and memeing that they can't ignore it. That they can't ignore it. That's all I'm saying. I mean, we have to continue doing this, folks. All right? And I'm looking forward to the Supreme Court pick tonight. Who will it be? Who knows? But it's going to be somebody, according to Sean Spicer, who I believe, after this press conference I heard today, probably listens to the broadcast, I hope. But with that being said, this Supreme Court pick should be someone who is consistent of that of Anthony Scalia. Judge Anthony Scalia is going to be a strict constitutionalist. And that's what we need. We don't need any more reinterpretation of the Constitution just so that these dumbass liberal lunatics can reestablish a reinterpreted perception of the law. We don't need this crap. So I'm looking forward for tonight for Donald Trump's pick for the Supreme Court, and we shall see what's going on. Now, with that being said, folks, there was this fake news that was attempted to be circulated this morning that Donald Trump was going to enact some kind of executive order against the LGBTQ, which, of course, folks, this highlights, and I'd like to point out this to Mr. President Trump, there are leaks coming out from your White House, Mr. Trump, and you need to plug those leaks as fast as possible, because that's what this particular fake news in that there was going to be an executive order signed against the LGBTQ, that's how this was leaked out. Now, whether it's somebody that's listening from afar or somebody that's actually inside these conversations, Mr. Trump, somebody is leaking this information. And really what the real info was that Donald Trump was just going to keep Obama's federal worker laws as it pertains to the LGBTQ. He wasn't going to enact any goddamn executive order against it, but you see, this left-wing, this democratically run media, this lying fake news, mainstream media, tried to pump the initiative that he was going to pass something that was against the LGBTQ. So what I'd like to ask all the lesbians, gays, transgenders, bisexuals, and gender-fluid queers, I'd like to ask you, where is your appreciation for Donald Trump now? All you freaks out there who are literally, to be honest with you, the majority of people that are involved with the LGBT movement, you know, the actual movement that comprises organizations, nonprofit organizations, basically LGBTQ members who are paid to protest, these people are now going towards a completely different direction other than gay rights, other than LGBTQ rights. Now, in my opinion, folks, and anyone who's observing this particular movement can understand this and can see it on the wall. These LGBTQ movements, these nonprofits, they're now going after your children. And by them incrementally coming after your children, they are loosening the perception of child molestation. And the reason I suggest this, folks, is because I do not believe that anyone knows they are gay, anyone knows that they want to be a woman prior to at least 16 years old. Because prior to that, folks, if you know, or if you're a child, especially these 8-year-old trannies that I'm seeing, these 6-year-old gay kids, how the hell do you know that you're gay or tranny if you were not already molested? I hate to keep re-emphasizing this, folks, but gay, lesbian, transgendered, bisexual, gender-fluid queers, that's sexuality. That means that they appreciate being penetrated in the no-no holes, okay, for a lack of a better term, all right? I'm not joking around. They like doing things that aren't necessarily congealed with the traditional morality of certain cultures out here, particularly Islam. All right? And if there's a person or a kid that pretends or claims to know that they're homosexual, then I would, as far as I'm concerned, have an investigation of those parents on whether or not this child was molested. No child should know that they like to be penetrated. No child should know that they like certain sexual acts unless they were molested. And that's why I'm telling you folks right now, this is where the LGBT movement is going. They're trying to desensitize child molestation. They're trying to desensitize these sick, demented, disgusting, immoral sexual practices. It's no longer about LGBTQ rights anymore. They've got all the rights. Are you kidding me? I mean, what did I say in 2008? I said it in 2008 that oral copulation between two men across the street from an elementary school would not only be okay in today's America, but it would be protected by the First goddamn Amendment. And look at today. Look at society today. Look at society today. Okay? I'm telling you this right now. This is unbelievably disgusting, and we need to stop this. And I am challenging anybody, and I don't care if you're atheist, Christian, I don't care what your denomination is. We should all agree that children should not be objects of sexuality. And I'm going to repeat that one more again. Children should not be objects of sexuality, you ungrateful pricks. And I'm telling you, anyone who touches children at a sexual level should be dead. This should be execution-style murder. All right? I'm not even joking around. I'm tired of people trying to claim that it's okay to go out and have any kind of ridiculous sexual fantasies about children. These people need to be put out of their misery. I'm not even joking around. There should be no reason, no circumstance, no rationale in the world that would justify such disgusting, despicable behavior. And this is where we can start building a morality point at this point in time in this country. The line is drawn. You don't have to be religious to be moral. And the morality point at this point in time is whether or not you agree that children should not be sexually exploited to any capacity, or you don't. And if you don't, as far as I'm concerned, it's open season on your dumb ass. It's open season on your sick, twisted, perverted self. I'm not even kidding around, folks. We need, unfortunately, going to have to start taking justice in our own hands if these people aren't going to stop with our children. They're not going to stop molesting our children. They're not going to stop kidnapping our children. I'm not even joking around. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this idea that it's okay to sexualize children. It's not okay. Do you understand me, you sick, twisted pricks? It's not okay. And if you do so, you deserve the most violent recourse that this life has to offer. I'm not kidding around, folks. I'm not joking. I mean, I don't understand why anyone would even go there at this point in time. We are such a sexualized society. You could find a sexual playground in anyone's body over the age of 18, even if you had to pay for it, you desperate prick. All right? There should be no reason why people are going there, but they're going there. And I'm glad that Chris Hansen's brought his Hansen versus Predator back. I think there needs to be more independent content producers doing the same goddamn thing. We need to start exposing this epidemic of sick, twisted perverts, and this goes for women too. I don't think it's very good that women are going out here banging 14-year-olds, and you've got men that are justifying this. No, absolutely not. It goes both ways. You can't have some loosey slut bag who is in a place of authority like a teacher sit here and actually have any kind of sexual relations with any student, any minor. They deserve the same recourse as a goddamn Woody Allen butt-loving pedophile. I'm not even joking around, folks. And if you want to call this extreme radio, you want to call this dangerous, well, then I challenge you to justify why it's okay to treat pedophiles and child molesters and child rapists with kid gloves then. I'd like for you to justify that, you piece of crap. I'd like for you to call me up and justify it. I'm telling you this right now. All you child molesters are on notice. All right? Because let me tell you something right now. There's going to be a day when people are going to finally get tired of this, and they're going to take justice in their own hands. And I think that they are in their moral, ethical, and legal right to do so. And what we have to do as a society, we have to take our power as jurors to find people who do this not guilty, so that when any of these murders happen, as it pertains to these child molesters, unless for some reason it says in the trial that this person wasn't a child molester and other circumstances were around a given demise of somebody, that's completely different. But I think as a juror, I could give not guilty verdicts to anybody who kills a child molester in cold blood. No doubt about it. I mean, without even blinking an eye. We don't need these people in society. We don't need these people in society, and I encourage all We need to come together as a United States of America, and we need to put these child molesters on notice, because obviously going to jail, getting slapped on the wrist, going to prison, getting raped in prison, that's not deterring these child molesters from doing this. They're not deterring them. So anyway, listen, I think I'm going off keister here on this subject matter, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, and I think that the LGBTQ needs to stop going there before they delegitimize their cause, and by consequence, the blowback from you people out here trying to advocate young children in sexually exploiting positions, you're going to demean the whole idea of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual freedom. Because at some point, your brand of LGBTQ is going to be so intolerant that many of everyday civil citizens aren't going to want to put up with it. I mean, if you're going to keep ramming this garbage, well, let's just put it in another way. If you're going to continue to perpetuate this idea, okay, to perpetuate this idea that it's okay to have children be transgendered or gay or bisexual, I mean, this should be investigated as child molestation. That's all there is to it. But keep it up, gay folks, and see what happens to your rights. I'm just saying. I don't want this to happen to you guys, but you're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourselves, man. Anyway, let's continue going, for Christ's sake, all right? Did you hear that Trump fired the acting attorney general? What was it, Sally Yates is her name? Because she failed to enforce the immigration reforms. And you know what's funny about this? Everybody's now claiming that this Yates broad is somehow some hero because she refused to oblige the immigration reforms as acting attorney general. What's funny about it is, folks, is that when the executive order was written up, it was actually given to the Department of Justice to review, to basically go over the legalities of the executive order in question, and they okayed it. The Department of Justice okayed the immigration reforms for its legal and ethical and constitutional legalities, and said it was okay. Then when the Justice Department forwarded that executive order to the White House, President Trump signed it into power, and then miraculously the Attorney General, acting Attorney General, decides that she is not going to go and pursue it. Are you kidding me? I mean, that sounds like a staged political event by this dumb, stupid bimbo named Yates. That sounds like a goddamn political virtue signal if I've ever heard one in my life. Let me tell you that one more again. When the White House drafted the executive order on this immigration reform, on this travel ban, they sent it to the Department of Justice, which reviewed it extensively on the legality of the actual executive order. They send it back to the White House, and the White House signs it, and then the person supposedly acting as the Attorney General of the Department of Justice claims that they're not going to enforce it. This stupid bimbo is politically virtue signaling, and she should be ashamed of herself, all right? She should be ashamed of herself. And that's why I'm telling you, folks, I mean, this is how these damn dumbasses virtue signal, and they galvanize a bunch of googly eyes, psychotropic drug-taking leftists, and they're now championing this stupid skankosaurus Sally Yates as some kind of a goddamn big, valiant, liberal proponent or some crap. I'm telling you this right now, folks. There's a lot of people that are going to continue to do this. But us as the Trump train, us as the capitalist army, the people that elected this president, we can't be fooled by this crap anymore. We have to continue to literally expose the lies, expose the contradictions. I know I keep saying this, but we have to keep doing it. We have to use every method of communication possible to disseminate the information, to expose the lies, to expose the hypocrisy. We have to do it. We have to do it, folks. I'm not even joking around. We have to do it. And not to mention, can we stop with this Muslim ban narrative that the CNN and all the mainstream media idiots are shoving down everybody's throats? It's not a Muslim ban, you morons. 7 countries that Obama listed as terrorist countries. Obama listed, regardless of what that stupid mulatto, power-bottom, tranny-loving scumbag says. All right? Obama's list is being used as this temporary travel ban, okay? And the reason that we're having a travel ban, folks, is because we're trying to put the infrastructure in place to properly extreme vet these damn immigrants that are coming into this goddamn country. Do you understand? All right? I mean, this is not a Muslim ban, you liberal lunatics, all right? All right? I'm not joking. So once again, this is not a Muslim ban. People from Indonesia can come to America. People from Nigeria can come to America. People from the UAE can come to America. People from Jordan can come to America. I mean, this is not a Muslim ban, regardless of what the mainstream media says. We need extreme vetting here. We need extreme vetting. Anyway, with that being said, folks, you know, we can't allow a stupid, dumb, virtue signaling, acting attorney general sit here and galvanize the left into believing that this woman is somehow some sort of a liberal messiah, for Christ's sake. All right. One more again, I want to remind everybody that the White House sent this executive order to the Department of Justice. They reviewed it, for Christ's sake, and said it was legal, sent it back to the White House signs it, and then the stupid Skankosaurus slutbag says, I'm not going to enforce it. Yeah, I am woman. Hear me roar with my pussy hat. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man, what a joke this country's turning out to be. What a joke. And as I stated earlier in the broadcast, Democrats are vowing to block all further Trump nominees from this time forward. They're talking about Mnuchin. They're talking about blocking Mnuchin. They're talking about, I mean, look at what they're doing with DeVos, for Christ's sake. I'm sorry, DeVos, whatever her name is, for Christ's sake. This is a woman that's saying that she doesn't even want to take a goddamn salary, and yet they got a problem with DeVos, because what DeVos is going to do, once she takes the Department of Education, she's going to dismantle that son of a bitch like it should be, and that's why they don't want to go ahead and nominate her as the Department of Education. And rightfully so. So once again, we as the people here, we need to go and tweet. We need to Facebook post. We need to email. We need to call these goddamn congressmen. I'm telling you, folks, they don't think that you people care about this stuff, and you got to continue to call them and tell them that you do. Write them. Mail them. Do whatever it takes. I'm begging you. Because if we don't do it, they're going to continue to think in Washington that this is business as usual. And we can't do it. All right? We can't do it. We can't allow this to happen any longer. So once again, typical Wall Street, typical Washington, D.C. politics, folks, they are vowing to stop and block any Trump nominees from this day forward. So thanks a lot, Chuck. Kick the American people in the balls, Schumer. And oh yeah, did y'all see my Twitter account earlier this morning? I retweeted a tweet from about, I think it was 2015, I believe it was. Chucky Schumer basically saying on Twitter the exact same thing that basically is the Trump immigration reform, that the executive order that everybody's bitching about. And now Chucky Schumer gets on the goddamn tube. And did you see him with those fake crocodile tears? There wasn't even a tear coming out of his eye, for Christ's sake. What a scumbag. And as I stated yesterday, I find it ironic that you've got this idiot Chuck Schumer. He's on TV pretending he's crying about immigration reform. Meanwhile, it was he and his Democratic Party, and under the Obama administration, with the direction of Hillary Clinton's State Department, that destabilized the whole goddamn Middle East with war and terrorism and bombings in Libya, Egypt, Syria, that caused this goddamn immigration issue, man. I mean, can't we remember that? How come you liberal lunatics can't remember that? Stupid idiots. I'm telling you, listen, what have I told you? I mean, it's going to get down to a point where Donald Trump is going to have to start rounding up some of these leftists, man. I'm not even joking around, and I think he's morally, ethically, and legally justified. He needs to start rounding these people up. I'm tired of this. I mean, now you've got the lamestream media hinting towards violence, all right? I mean, you've got the media trying to agitate violence, for Christ's sake. I mean, I saw a report where now Black Lives Matter is starting to get into the mix of these protests because they're not getting enough attention. I saw them in a report here recently where they were at a damn protest hollering, "Kill white people, take their money." Yeah. Kill white people, take their money. You know what I'm saying? I told you. You know what I mean? This is the mentality being perpetuated by Black Lives Matter. Kill white people, take their money. I'm telling you, Donald Trump needs to start rounding these people up. President Trump, let me tell you something, man. You need to start rounding these leftists up. And we need to throw them in prison. We need to separate them from regular, everyday civil society. I'm telling you this right now. We have to start, all right? We have to start making our society civil again. And that's all there is to it, man. We got to round these people up. I'm not joking. I mean, we've got Madonna talking about bombing the White House. You've got Michael Moore alluding to type of veiled threats towards Trump. You've got the Black Panther Party showing its ugly head again, talking about it's going to have armed marches. You've got, I could go on and on. Black Lives Matter, kill white people, take their money in the recent chant that they had. I mean, this has got to stop. These people need to be rounded up. I'm talking the people in Hollywood that are out here agitating this whole political situation. I'm talking these people that are advocating violence against my president. These people need to be rounded up. That's all there is to it. And if we don't, I don't know what's going to happen. If we don't do this, a potential civil unrest of national proportion is highly probable. And I don't want that, man. I mean, I don't want to go out and have some kind of civil unrest situation where I'm just taking out all my guns and start, dispensing justice with extreme prejudice. I don't want to do that. So I think that Trump, once again, is in his moral, ethical, and legal right. Moral, ethical, and legal right to go out and round these people up. And oh yeah, look at this. Thank you very much, Commando Nando. Look at Amy Schumer. How did we not know that Amy Schumer and Chuck Kick the American People in the Balls Schumer were not related? I mean, listen, I am not against any kind of Jewish, people, or I don't subscribe to the whole Zionist rule the world theory. But when you see stuff like this, I mean, this doesn't look good, all right? I mean, this does not look good. I mean, because it doesn't make any sense, with all due respect, why Amy Schumer, this fat, disgusting piece of bloated shit, excuse my French, is so popular, is so prevalent, making so much money, being in so much movies. It makes no sense. But now, doesn't it kind of make perfect sense now? Now, doesn't it make kind of perfect sense? And listen, I am not a white nationalist, okay? I do not believe in, anti-Semitism. I'm not an anti-Semitic, I'm not anti-anything, to be honest with you. But when you look at stuff like this, it gives fodder to the white nationalist movement. I'm just saying, man. I mean, I'm not trying to be a proponent of this at all. I don't want any of this kind of garbage at all. But, man, when you see stuff like this, Amy Schumer connected and related to Chuck Schumer, it all makes sense why this dumb bimbo's being shoved down our throats. She's fat. She's not funny. She's ugly. She's foul. And you know what she's doing? She's the one, in my personal opinion, that has been used the most to carve the perspective of modern-day women into being fat, disgusting sluts, fat, disgusting, dirty whores. And that particular sentiment was all over the Women's March on Washington, which was a disgrace to America and disgrace to women themselves, for Christ's sake. All right? I'm not even joking around. So listen, I am not anti-Semitic. I am not anti-Jew. As a matter of fact, I respect the Jewish people in many regards. But when you see stuff like this, when Amy Schumer is now all of a sudden related to Chuck Schumer, I mean, this is just too many coinkydink connections. I mean, this is ridiculous. All right, this is getting a little out of hand here. This is getting a little out of hand. I'm not joking. I mean, listen to me. I'm not trying to be anti-Semitic here. I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to be anti-Semitic. I'm not. Okay? I mean, I've read the Talmud. All right? I've read the Talmud. And as a matter of fact, I actually have a inner circle member from Israel who has told me that more than 90% of Israelis don't even know what the Talmud is. So, but at the same time, when you see stuff like this, with freaking Chuck Schumer on the same stage as Amy Schumer being political and they're related, that's enough, all right? That's enough. I mean, give me a break. You're giving fodder to these white supremacists now, man. All right? You're giving fodder to these white supremacists now. That's all I'm saying, for Christ. Anyway, let me move on. Give me my drink. I'm just saying, all right? Anyway, we're running out of time here. Let me move on. Let me talk a little bit about my Texas governor, man. Did you hear what he said today? He's calling on a convention of the states to fix America, to take a stand against sanctuary cities. And really, a convention of the states could basically write a constitutional amendment if enough states, I believe it's 34 or 35 states, that need to come on board and agree to, in a convention of the states, and agree to draft a given amendment to the Constitution. And what my governor is trying to do here is trying to make an amendment against sanctuary cities in America. Against sanctuary cities in America. And listen to me, I am applauding my governor for this because, I mean, something needs to be done. I mean, we can already see that these leftists are going to go through the courts in an attempt to try to block Trump's executive order on this immigration issue. You've got people that are defying, or I should say cities, defying the whole immigration reform issue, claiming that they're going to continue to be sanctuary cities. I'm telling you this right now. We need to just end this sanctuary crap. Now, whether or not this is going to come to fruition, I have no idea. But something needs to be done out here, And this is just, if nothing else, a symbolic representation that not all of America is on board with what the mainstream media is pumping out as the supposed majority of America, which is a bunch of left-wing lunatics protesting and causing havoc. That is not the majority of America.
Hi, I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and recently we've been doing random acts of helpfulness. Like decorating a children's hospital, helping a mom get a tutor for her son, and even replacing stolen tools from a car break-in. And right now, during the Honda Dream Garage sales event, we can help you too with a great deal on an award-winning Honda. Like the Accord, a 2017 Car and Driver 10 Best a record 31 times. Click the dealer locator link to find a dealer near you, and go to SoCalHondaDealers.com to suggest a random act of helpfulness for someone you know. Car and Driver, January 2017.
That's not the majority of America, and I'm glad that even if nothing comes out of this call for the Convention of the States by my governor, Greg Abbott, at least it's a symbolic message to show that the majority of this country doesn't oblige this sanctuary city crap. You understand that? We're not obliging this sick, demented, twisted road we're going down, all right? Where we're sexualizing kids, all right? Where we've got people now that are talking about postnatal abortions or some crap. I mean, listen, we're going down a path that obviously us here in Texas don't like, and to be honest with you, it may be a symbolic move here, but something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. We need to start making our country great again and not this disgusting, despicable, immoral cesspool that we've become. Anyway, with that being said, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like for everybody to please follow me on Twitter, folks. Follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores, folks. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow. And, of course, every one of my episodes is downloadable for free on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Once again, every one of my episodes is time dated and stamped. Make sure to spread it around like wildfire, all right? Anyway, with that being said, I want to go over one more again. Texas Governor Greg Abbott calls for a convention of the states to, quote, fix America. And if nothing comes out of this, at least it's a decent symbolic gesture showing that not all of America is in line with way this damn country's going. Anyway, let's continue going on because I don't want to run out of time here. Speaking of states, California continues to defy Trump's executive orders, continues to defy the Trump immigration reform, promises to continue to have sanctuary cities, and now, folks, they're calling for secession from the Union. Can you believe this crap? And I know I've talked about this before, but they're actually serious about this. I mean, they're actually serious about this, for Christ's sake, man. I'm not even joking around. They want to secede from the Union because they want more illegal immigrants in their country so that they could put them on goddamn welfare. How is California thinking that they're going to continue to sustain this garbage? Let me tell you something. You idiots in California want to secede. Piss off. I could care less, to be honest with you. The sad part about it is, I know it's not all of California that's a liberal, disgusting cesspool hellhole, all right? It's mostly those idiots that are obviously getting too much sun out there in Southern California, all right? You idiots in Southern California, it's obvious that you people are frying out your brains through constant sun rays absorbed in your goddamn empty heads because, by God, I have no idea why you morons would even be calling for this. And let me tell you something else. I feel bad for the folks in Northern California, all right? I feel bad for the folks in Northern California because Northern California, with all due respect, is a pretty big economy within itself. Got a lot of agriculture, got a lot of natural resources that Southern California takes a dirty diarrhea crap on every single year. And as far as I'm concerned, if they're going to negotiate this secession from the Union, they need to just annex Southern California and, let Southern California, all right, be bombarded with illegal Mexicans, and it'll eventually become Mexico, all right? I hate to say it. Look, listen, I know there's people tweeting at me saying, hey, I'm stuck here. What am I supposed to do? Believe it or not, I got lots of people who listen to this broadcast in California, and I think it's sad. I think it's really, really sad. But, what else can I say? A group is defined by its majority, and right now the majority of Californians want out of the Union. So that's why I'm saying, get out. All right, you dumb California pieces of Santa Barbara trash. Get out. Get out. I don't give a crap if we have California anymore, for Christ's sake. It's going to be a part of Mexico soon enough anyway. And the bad part about it is people in California, they're getting the bad end of Mexicans. Out here in Texas, they're not like that in Texas. You know what I'm saying? We're not out here just giving them free welfare like it's going out of style out here in Texas, all right? California, all you got to do is get yourself across the border out there, and these damn governments, these sanctuary cities, are giving themselves they're giving them welfare. They're giving them free housing. They're giving them driver's licenses. They're giving them bank accounts, for Christ's sake, man. And with that being said, a lot of these damn Mexicans from Mexico that are coming across the border into California are definitely becoming a drain, a detriment on society. And it's going to bankrupt California. I know that California thinks that they have enough industry to be able to be self-sustaining, but they're going to completely collapse. They don't have the natural resources necessary to be able to sustain themselves, and if they think that Northern Californians are going to be hook, line, and sinker with the secession, you got another thing coming. You've got another thing coming. So if I were Trump, if these dumbass Californians keep doing this, cut off all funding to these people. Cut off everything, for Christ's sake, man. I'm not even joking around. If these people want to play ball, they want to play hardball, get the hell out of here, you stupid California pieces of trash. I can't wait till you turn into Mexico. I can't wait till you turn into Mexico, you piece of crap. And take a look at Mexico right now. They're not doing too good, are they? Have you taken a look at the goddamn Mexican peso? Stupid moron. I'm telling you, people in California, you people are nuts, you people are idiots, and you people are lunatics. I know that not all of you are. I know that there's some people on the right wing of the political spectrum that listen to this broadcast, and I'm sorry to you folks that are stuck out there. I am sorry. All right? I'm sorry about that, but let's be honest here, folks, okay? A group is defined by its majority, and right now the majority of Californians are a bunch of left-wing, long-haired, liberal lunatics. Long-haired, liberal lunatics, and, to be honest with you, we can't allow these people to think that they can go and huff and puff and talk this kind of rhetoric without any kind of recourse. And I hope President Trump does something to California that I'm telling you, and I hope it hurts. Oh, my God, I hope it hurts you Californians and ruins your little California lifestyle, you ungrateful, vain pieces of trash. Jesus Christ, man. I almost wish that the song Enema, the song Enema, for Christ's sake, happens to California, for Christ's sake, all right? I'm not even joking. Have you heard that song? Enema by Tool, for Christ's sake. That's what should happen to California, for Christ's sake. We should have Arizona Bay here and there. I'm not even joking. Yeah, somebody in the inner circle said California vibrations. Yeah, no kidding. Where are those at, huh? I want some good vibrations, some California vibrations. Sink them into the ocean vibrations. Let's make Arizona Bay vibrations. Oh, yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding, all right? Jesus Christ, folks. I'm just saying, I'm tired of this damn secession talk from California. You know what? Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it, I dare you. All right? Do it, I dare you. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and continue going here. Let's get into some international news, shall we? The UK Parliament had just finished debating the Brexit bill, and according to all the speakers at the debate, it seems a little positive, according to a lot of what I've read and a lot of the reports coming out of Brexit at this point in time, that many of the people in Parliament, at least on face value, look like they may pass this thing. Now, they have basically finished the debate, and they're going to continue the debate tomorrow. Right now, I believe it's about 11 o'clock p.m., maybe close to midnight in Britannia. They're going to continue to debate this tomorrow. But once again, I want to highlight some of the anomalies that are happening in Parliament right now in Britannia. Of course, we've got the Scottish independent morons out there, wanting to add on amendments to basically bog down the actual vote of the Article 50 itself, or of Brexit. And luckily, one of the heads of that particular parliament basically shot down those amendments as rubbish and continued on with the debate. Jeremy Corbyn, which is the leader of the Labour Party, has instructed the Labour Party to vote leave, of all things. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, and of course, this has a lot to do with the split in the party out there in Britannia in Labour. You've got a lot of these, what somebody said in the inner circle, Tony Blair type center-left type institutionalist, bureaucratic type leftists in the Labour Party. And you've also got these like Bernie Sanders-like liberal leftist, socialist asshole that forgot to grow up type characters like Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn is, from what I understand, the Bernie Sanders of Britannia, some old fart that for whatever reason just has not grown out of socialism, all right? I'm not even joking around. I mean, I'm not even joking. This guy is a freaking old fart that has not grown out of socialism. Now, with that being said, it's being obviously shown in the latest debates that Jeremy Corbyn at this point in time does not have control of the Labour Party. The Labour Party at this point in time is in civil war. All right, there's a civil war going on in the Labour Party, and I don't know how the votes are going to go in that direction. But according to all that have been watching here, the debates on Brexit in the Parliament, it looks rather favorable. I mean, whether it be a very, very small percentage of favorability, but still favorable, that Brexit may be voted into actual fruition tomorrow, but we shall see. We shall see. And, you know, what I don't really understand is that Theresa May has been kicking the can down the road on this thing up until this point. And I think there's going to be a lot of blowback as it pertains to triggering Article 50 so late after the vote. I mean, I think they should have done this right as the vote happened, actually, if not the week or two later after the vote happened, so that all the economic hardships, the bumps in the road, and everything else would have already kind of weeded themselves out at this point. Now, I think that if Article 50 is triggered, we're going to see some roller coaster riding in Britannia's economy. I wouldn't be holding on to any British pound sterling in the initial phases of a successful Brexit. I'm not even joking around. And that's just because the investors are going to react accordingly. They're going to want to take their money out of Britannia because guess who has all the money in Britannia right now? A lot of these people in the European Union. So they're going to take their money out of Britannia. We're going to see a slip in the pound sterling. We're going to see a slip in the FTSE, just like we did right after the Brexit vote. And how long that's going to last, I have no idea. But I do know this. If the Brexit vote does not happen, and Parliament votes this down, and Brexit is not a reality, that's it for the political career of Theresa May. And who the hell are they going to replace Theresa May with now? Who knows? All right, who knows? Anyway, I'm anxiously awaiting that vote tomorrow. I know all in Britannia are anxiously awaiting it. We shall see what the future of Brexit is tomorrow in Parliament. And I know everybody in Britannia is looking out for that, to say the least. I want to talk a little bit about how Parliament has to debate on whether or not Trump should be banned from a soon-to-be state visit in Britannia because of his Muslim ban. And the only reason that they're debating this is because of a petition that was actually circulated in Britannia that actually has to be debated now because of all the signatures collected in Britannia. So believe it or not, they actually have to debate on whether or not Trump is going to be banned from a state visit in Britannia. And I'm telling you, a lot of my friends in Britannia in the inner circle have told me that unfortunately Britannia is liberally cucked beyond belief. Everybody out there is a liberal piece of ignorant trash. And that's why you've got people like Jeremy Corbyn still actually having influence in the political process because of that. So that's why they were able to accumulate, I don't know how many it was, but 3-something million signatures in Britannia, so that the Parliament actually has to debate whether or not Trump is going to be even able to visit the goddamn state of Britannia. I'm not even joking around. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. After the Brexit vote, I thought that Britannia and the United States were going to have closer relations, but it goes to show you, folks, that that liberalism in Britannia, it's just as bad as it is here in America, man. And it's sad. It's just goddamn sad how liberalism has literally taken hold in this country and the West in general. It's utterly disgusting. Gonna ban Trump from the goddamn state, freaking visiting the state of Britannia. Give me a break. Banning President Trump's state visit to Britannia? I mean, what madness is this, Britannia? What madness is this? Oh, God, I need a drink after that. Give me my drink. I mean, that's a slap in the face. I'm sorry. I'm not joking around. I mean, you people in London, I know it's London and the metropolises out there that are obviously accumulating all these votes. You people in London are idiots. I'm sorry. You people in London, there must be something in the water, something in the air, because this is ridiculous. Welcome to the country of London, Stan. I remember I said that when Sadiq Khan was mayor of London, and it's coming to fruition at this point in time. It's sad. It really is sad. Anyway, with that being said, let's just wait and see what happens tomorrow. All right? Let's see if Article 50 is triggered or not. And if it isn't, I feel bad for Britannia, man, because it just goes to show you that the people's word means dick, and that's sad. And that's the party system for you. For you folks that are unaware, the party system is a little bit different than our system here in America. What people do in Britannia is vote for parties as opposed to voting for individual candidates. And then the majority party that gets the majority vote, well, they get to run Parliament, and the party, nominate who is going to be Prime Minister of Parliament itself, or Prime Minister of the state itself. So that's literally how Britannia works its politics. And I think that this is an unprecedented situation that will show that the people's vote doesn't mean anything. Anyway, let's continue going here, right? Let's continue going. Now, I'll go ahead and go on to the next subject matter here. And this is a very serious subject matter that I'd like to talk about because yours truly has been discussing the implications of Russia being involved with a lot of the shenanigans that are going on in the, quote, alt-right. Now, I have made the connection with Russia, Richard Spencer, his wife, Alex Jones, David Duke, and others that are supposedly alt-right, white nationalists, or whatever you want to call these folks. They are tied, folks, to a individual by the name of Alexander Dugin. Okay, Alexander Dugin is an individual who is, quote, Putin's brain, is what they call him in Russia. As a matter of fact, it's Putin's favorite philosopher, Alexander Dugin. Now, I would like to remind everybody that Alexander Dugin does have an American think tank in this country, and this American think tank is actually connected to Dugin itself. Now, it's called the Kate Hahn think tank. I don't even know. I mean, it might be pronounced in a Ruski way. I have no idea. But this Kate Hahn think tank, let me go ahead and retweet the tweet that I tweeted earlier this morning. Here it is. Richard Spencer and Nina Byzantina, which is Richard Spencer's wife, are connected to Alexander Dugin via this think tank. Now, what does that mean? That means potentially, this is where a potential Russian payoff could be. It could be done using this channel, using this think tank channel. And speaking of channels, if you take a look at this think tank's YouTube channel, guess who these people are highlighting in this YouTube channel related to Dugin in this think tank? They're highlighting Richard Spencer. Oh, that's right. That's right. Take a look at this damn think tank's YouTube account. Take a look at all the pro-Richard Spencer videos. And it all comes clear now, doesn't it? That Russia did have some meddling to do in the actual election. And the connections to Dugin and all these different people in the alt-right alternative media is almost too unbelievable to ignore. Now, with that being said, folks, I want to talk about something that's happening in Russia right now. Now, what's happening in Russia right now? Two different cybersecurity experts with the FSB have been arrested by the Kremlin for treason. Now, with that being said, that's kind of ironic considering that Russia didn't necessarily have anything to do with the Russian hacking, which is true. I'm going to explain to you what is happening in Russia right now. Now, the two FSB officers that are being actually taken to jail, and unfortunately, if you're charged with treason, your trial is secret. So these two individuals, and let me go ahead and say their name, Sergei Mikhailov, I don't really know how to say these Ruski names, for Christ's sake. Mikhailov, there you go, Sergei Mikhailov, and his deputy, Dmitry Dukachev. These are the two officials, and they're actually known by names online that I don't necessarily want to discuss. But these two individuals have been taken into custody by the Kremlin for treason against the state. Now, they're claiming that these two individuals have disseminated information to the CIA. Now, I can tell you a little bit about this from the inside, folks. These two FSB officers that are supposed cybersecurity experts are actually ex-hackers that have been around since the old school. Old school hackers that were recruited by the FSB so that they could, basically work in a, kind of a cybersecurity capacity with the intelligence service, the FSB in Russia. Now, with that being said, folks, there is a hacker group in Russia. It's underground, deep web Russia, called the Sheltie Bowtie. I kid you not. That's what they're called, a Sheltie Bowtie. Now, I'm going to give you some inside information that I don't even think the FSB knows. And if they do know, well, they probably know because the two individuals that are in treason custody in Russia are probably being tortured about this information now. There will be releasings of information as it pertains to the Russian government here within the next couple of months. Now, how I know this, you don't really want to know. But I can tell you this, that these two individuals that are in the FSB were disseminating information to a variety of different capacities. And I'm not too sure if some of them were the CIA, but I can tell you that they were disseminating those particular documents in the, kind of deep web hacker circles. And these informations and these emails include things like the Kremlin's emails, Putin's personal schedule, what time of the day and where Putin eats his meal. Things of that capacity. These things have been hacked. They are in digital format somewhere, and these two individuals, as far as a couple of other individuals as well that are in the FSB, have been unfortunately implicated in the disseminating of this information. Now, with that being said, folks, why is Russia a little bit apprehensive on its computer security if supposedly Russia were these super hackers? You know what I mean? I thought Russia was supposed to be these super secret hackers out here that were supposed to hack anything, that were supposed to be these goddamn digital supermen. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm not even joking around. I thought these, government hackers were like the freaking Russian government were super hackers. What the hell happened? Well, they're not, folks. And I told you this even back during the times in which WikiLeaks was disseminating the information pertaining to the documents related to the DNC, documents related to the John Podesta emails, and now obviously Julian Assange has access to pretty much a lot of different government files, a lot of government documents, and he may or may not get a hold of these Russian documents. I want to be completely honest with you. I don't know how they're going to be disseminated, but I can tell you this. The Kremlin has been hacked, and the information was given out, and unfortunately, these people that have been arrested, and there's more arrests coming. There is more arrests coming, because, I'm telling you, this Russian hacker crew, the Sheltie Bowtie, these guys are serious business, man. I mean, they're the ones that literally are the ones creating Russian technology. So anyway, with that being said, if Russia and its government were super hackers, why are they so scared about information about them being leaked out? I mean, seriously, why are they so scared about information about them being leaked out? Because I'm telling you, what's in these documents is going to blow your mind even more, and it's going to give validity with what I've been saying about Vladimir Putin potentially being at the bottom of globalism throughout the world. Now, with that being said, let's just wait and see if those documents come around, and if they do come around, we're going to see. We're going to see what's being released, because these documents obviously are going to get these two guys killed. which were former hackers turned government officials for the FSB. These guys are going to get killed for this information, and God rest their souls.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit mbusa.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit mbusa.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Anyway, folks, let me move on. And listen, that is a legit. That's a legit story. This is not something being pulled out my ass here. This is legit, and I'm telling you, we're going to see Russian emails being disseminated. We're going to see Russian data being disseminated. Mark my words, okay? I'm the prognosticator of prognosticator, okay? I'm telling you, mark my words. We're going to start seeing Russian data being disseminated, and it's going to shock the world. I'm not even joking, just like the DNC leaks and the John Podesta emails. And didn't I tell you that this revolution will be digitized, and we are going to expose the true disgust of what is going on in this world? And as I stated, globalism is communism. All right? All right? Globalism is communism, and that's all there is to it. Globalism is communism. And it will be exposed here in due time. Okay? It'll be exposed in due time. Anyway, with that being said, let me move on here. Now, for you folks that were planning a trip to Iraq this summer, or for spring break, Iraq, you can forget about it, because now Iraq is banning Americans from visiting its country in response to Donald Trump's travel ban. Oh, man, I really wanted to visit Iraq this spring break, man. Oh, my God. That's just sad. Oh. I mean, can you believe these ungrateful Iraqis, man? I mean, can you believe these ungrateful Iraqis? We went in there, okay, spent, I don't know how many trillions of dollars, I think $2 trillion, $2.5 trillion in Iraq, liberating these people, huh? I mean, $2 trillion in Iraq, liberating these people, for Christ's sake. I don't know how many goddamn troops. I don't know how many goddamn troops have we lost and have gotten maimed or have gotten post-traumatic disorder because they liberated Iraq. And this is now how Iraq is paying us? What a joke. What an utter joke. And let me tell you something, folks. I was the only one on the internet back in 2008, 2009 talking about why exactly the United States didn't go in and take the oil. Why exactly we weren't forcing this Iraqi government to pay us back and all the blood and treasure that we are spending and have spent liberating these people. I was the only one saying it. Now, miraculously, Donald Trump is saying what I've been saying verbatim on this issue. I was the only one on the internet talking about the Iraqis paying us back with oil. I mean, hell, the Brits paid us back for what we did for them in World War II. Why is it that these Iraqis are, what, we just did all this stuff for them for free? We're just going to incur the $5 trillion we spent on this war, and we're just supposed to eat it? I'm telling you, you ungrateful Iraqi pieces of trash. You know what I'm saying? You're going to sit over here and spit in our face and say that Americans aren't accepted in your country when we liberated your asses. The only reason you've got oil is because we gave you the goddamn oil. We should go back in there, kick your ass, and take the oil, you ungrateful pricks. And I'm not joking. We should go back into Iraq, kick the crap out of these Iraqis, and take their goddamn oil. You son of a bitch. Stupid Iraqi bastard's going to sit here and spit on our face. Spitting in our face, for Christ's sake, man. I'm not even joking around. We need to go back in there and take the oil. We need to take what's rightfully ours, for Christ's sake. Too many lives were lost. Too much blood and treasure was spent liberating these pieces of garbage, and they're going to spit in our face? They're going to spit in our face. I'm telling you, you know what, Donald Trump, let's send in a whole battalion of hell in there, and let's take the goddamn oil from these pieces of crap. It's ours. We liberated those people. It's ours. It belongs to us. We're going to let these goddamn Iraqis sit here and spit in our face. We'll spit in your face. We'll spit in your goddamn face. Freaking Iraq, gonna ban Americans from visiting their goddamn dirt hole. Screw you. I'm telling you, screw you, all right? I can't believe this, man. Folks, look back in the archive, all right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost, okay? 2008, 2009. I was the only one talking about taking the oil. I was the only one saying that Iraq needs to do something. They either need to give us oil pro bono and we knock it off their $2.5 trillion tab, or they sell the son of a bitch on the world market and pay us back with interest. I'm not joking around, folks. These ungrateful Iraqi pieces of trash. I'm not even joking around, man. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. Anyway, with that being said, folks, all right, before I get on to radio graffiti, which I'm not really in a rush to get into, by the way, but before I get into radio graffiti, I do want to remind everybody, and I want to say my apologies for not putting up the Valentine's Day cards yet last night. They will for sure be up tonight. We do have 3 of them to choose from, 2 of yours truly, 1 of the engineer. So you can, buy whichever one you want. You can buy a couple of them. You can buy them all. Doesn't really matter. I really appreciate everyone who, contributes to some capacity. I don't like to, just continuously put out like mounds of merch. I mean, I'm not like that fat YouTuber Boogie, for Christ's sake.
Hey guys, can you please go ahead and put money in my Patreon? And I need more toys. I need more food. I need more Mountain Dew. I need this, so I'm gonna have shirts. I'm gonna have this. I'm not gonna do that. All right. So this is probably the merch for February. Okay, so if you want some Valentine's Day cards, go to ghost.market here in the next, let me see, the show is probably going to end at 7 here, so let's give it to about 8:30, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time when these Valentine's Day cards are up for sale. And they're only going to be up for a limited time because Valentine's Day is in a couple of weeks. So probably going to be around here for about maybe a week and a couple of days. So get them while you can, folks, okay? Get them while you can. Valentine's Day cards are going to all be numbered as well, okay? It's all going to be numbered. Once again, exclusive merch from yours truly. That's all there is to it, all right? Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast. And I'm talking about radio graffiti.
That's right, folks. Radio graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you need to do is just give me a call right now, all right, at 563-999-3791. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this radio graffiti. And look, we got about 20 minutes, all right? We got about 20 minutes in here for some radio graffiti, all right? I don't know how the hell this is going to go because, I mean, you know, the past several radio graffitis has sucked the chrome off of a 57 Chevy bumper. It sucks. It sucks. So with that being said, do we got any goddamn radio graffiti callers, engineer? All right. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to some radio graffiti calls right now. All right. Who do we got here? How about anonymous radio graffiti?
Good afternoon. You've reached Trump Tower Customer Support. How
I look
can
at
I
my
help you?
family every day. Believe me, I know I'm a goddamn tard, but let me tell you something.
I'm sorry.
You're not going to be able to escape the short butts much longer, okay? We're going to make you as dumb as we are. That's what we want to do. We want to make
Sir,
you
do you actually need help with anything today?
as dumb as we are. We want to make you as
Sir, I have
retarded
other people on the line. Do you need anything today?
as we are because we really don't appreciate you. We use
All
all
right,
the big
sir.
words.
Have a nice day.
All right?
You son of a bitch, did you just prank call Trump Tower with my voice? You son of a... God damn it! Screw you! Screw you, you bastard! You bastard! You son of a bitch has just prank called Trump Tower with my voice, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! And I just freaking said that! I just freaking said that! Good. Oh, Jesus Christ. You see, this is why I don't like doing this goddamn part of the broadcast anymore. Man, what an asshole. Look, give me the mic. Let me tell you something, you scumbags. Do not do that again. You understand that, boy? Do not do that again. President Trump, I'm not calling your your Trump Towers. I'm not calling your Trump Towers. It's these troll terrorists. It's these short bus assholes. I bet it's somebody on the short bus. I guarantee it. God damn it. Jesus Christ, you scumbags, man. Oh, my God, man. I don't even want to do... Anonymous radio graffiti. I am going to interrogate these people to find out who exactly they're working for.
No. I admit I was part of the cover-up, but I'm not part of the Russian conspiracy.
Who? Russian intelligence? Vladimir Putin? Who? Who are they working for?
I had nothing to do with the terrorist attack or your friend's death. I'm not the bad guy here.
You going to say anything more? I'm asking you a question.
I'm not joking. Who are they working for?
The guy on nobody comments. He's the head of the Russian delegation. He's been trying to kill the peace treaty from the start.
You lying son of a bitch.
I'm not lying to you. No. You got my call off of Pavel's phone. You checked the previous calls. There's a dozen more from Novakovich. I'm telling you, he's the one you want.
Shut up.
Oh, no.
Shut up.
Don't you?
Stop, Brian.
What the hell was that? I mean, was that an interrogation scene that you morons spliced together? Although I would interrogate a Ruski. I'll tell you that right damn now. I would interrogate a goddamn Ruski, boy. Anonymous radio graffiti. Oh, Christ!
It's a retard zombies.
Oh, Christ, no! Get away!
Say your last words, you retard evidence scum.
I'm autistic.
Too late for that now. Officer Anthony, back up this piece of shit and get it out of my sight.
Goddamn African booty scratcher! God damn it! You son of a bitch! I hate that guy! I hate you! I hate you! Goddamn African booty scratcher! I freaking hate that guy, man. Oh my God, I freaking hate that guy, man. The freaking African booty scratcher. I freaking hate that guy. I hate him. I hate him. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, it was freaking. You idiots are already tainting my goddamn Taco Tuesday, you son of a bitch. Give me the freaking goddamn mic, for Christ's sake. You idiots are tainting my Taco Tuesday, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch and trolls, god damn you, man. Son of a bitch and troll bastards. Jesus Christ. Who else do we have going on over here? How about 813 Radio Graffiti?
What is your confession, my son? I voted for Hillary Clinton. It's okay. So did the entire inner circle. Oh, my.
No. No, you son of a bitch. No. 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 You all want me to end this son of a bitch early, don't you? You all want me to end this son of a bitch early, don't you, you sack of crap? You sorry sack of crap. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I'm tired of this crap. Give me the freak. You know what? I don't even. Why am I even doing this broadcast? Yeah, give me the mic. Give me the mic. I don't even know why I'm doing this goddamn broadcast, you sorry sacks of crap. You sorry sacks of crap. Wait a minute, what the hell? Is this for real? Wait a minute. There's actually a freaking Kickstarter about a Nigerian family in America and their struggles called African Booty Scratcher? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look on Twitter right now. Look. There's an actual Kickstarter for a freaking TV show called African Booty Scratcher. I mean, what the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Oh, my God. There's an actual show, man. Look on Twitter right now. I'm not even joking around. There's an actual goddamn show called African Booty Scratcher. There's a goddamn show called African Booty Scratcher, for Christ's sake. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. I mean, is me magic real? Is me magic real? Oh, my God. I don't even know what the hell to say about that, man. I don't even know what the hell to say. There's a real show. Look, it's got a Kickstarter. Look on Twitter right now. Look. $31,000 pledged for the African Booty Scratcher show? I mean, what? Oh, my God. I can't. What? I don't even know what to say about this crap. Is meme magic real? $31,000 for the African Booty Scratcher TV show. Oh, my God, for Christ. Jesus Christ, man. Is that the real African Booty Scratcher at this? Is that the real guy now? Hey, look, hey, African Booty Scratcher, if that's you, I'm going to send you an invoice. I'm sending your ass an invoice, for Christ's sake, man. $31,000 for the goddamn African Booty Scratcher show. I'm sending you an invoice. I'm telling you, is meme magic real, for Christ's sake? And look, there's a trailer. There's a... oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. There's a trailer for this crap. Look at this. There's an actual trailer. Look on Twitter. Look. 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 I mean, what the... this is getting too freaky now, man. All right? This is getting way too freaky now, for Christ's sake. I want to know, is that the African Booty Scratcher? That's what I want to know. I'm sending them an invoice. Oh, my God. You know what? Give me the freaking... I can't believe this is real, man. I'm not even joking. I can't even believe this is real. There is a real Kickstarter raising funds. Already raised $31,000 for a show called The African Booty Scratcher. I mean, is meme magic real? And there's a trailer for this son of a bitch. There's an actual trailer for the show African Booty Scratcher. What the actual F? Oh, my God. You know what? I'm going to play it on air here. You know what? What is this crap? What is this African Booty Scratcher crap? I'm playing it on air. I'm sorry. You got me curious now. All right? What the hell's going on here? Throw it on, engineer, for Christ's sake. African Booty Scratcher trailer right here. You're hearing it first right here.
Mommy's big boy.
This is my mom.
Pour me some water, Joe.
This is my dad. When I was 6, we moved from Nigeria to America, and the transition was tough.
You're an African Booty Scratcher.
Real tough.
What the hell?
But despite Will Smith's awful accent and concussion, Nigerians have been winning lately. How? For one, African parents are crazy.
So how was school? What's good? Just good. Next time it must be great. What do I always say? Abad or nothing.
Look at that.
Smell it.
It's the African Booty Scratcher.
Yeah. You know what's this? Jollof rice and goat meat. Goat meat? Yes, goat meat.
I wonder if you have like casserole.
Yo, hell, you gotta teach this. What is me? Who's you? Your name is Ayodeji. Say it with me, Ayodeji.
I'm gonna go now.
And Lord, we'd like to thank you for this delicious food.
Amen. And God, please bless the hands that fertilize the ground, that put the corn there for it to grow for that goat. God, please bless the hands that position every bit of...
All right. You know what? I've had about enough of this crap. I can't believe that this is even real, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, the African Booty Scratcher is real, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, this is madness, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, what do I do now? What do I do now? Do I go and take a trip to Africa now because of this? Because I meme this into reality, for Christ's sake? Africa. Got away. Unbelievable, folks. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take so much time for that, but I literally memed. You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. Is meme magic real is all I got to say. Good God. Where was I, for Christ's sake, man? Anonymous radio graffiti. Great, Helen Keller Deaf. Maybe you know what? Get it straight. Too late. Anonymous radio graffiti. What the hell's going on? We got nothing but Helen Keller Deaf mute, for Christ's sake. 443 radio graffiti.
Hello, Ghost. As a humble TCR fan,
thank you, Ghost. Thank you, Ghost.
thank you.
Thank you, Ghost.
Thank you, Ghost.
Thank you, Ghost. Thanks for running the show for a whole 9 years, engineer. You're a talent that deserves a gold microphone. Wait a minute. We're doing this for who? Who the hell is Ghost?
Thanks for the balls, Ghost. They make a pretty badass beard.
For being a giant racist ham bone.
For serving the Vietnam War.
For being the angry racist Jewish ham bone that binds us together. Sieg Heil.
For teaching us about your adventures in Vietnam.
For all the juicy memes and lols that came from TCR, it is delicious.
For being a cripple.
For being a racist.
For selling anime merch.
For being a brony.
For being a racist.
So once again, Ghost, thank you.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Jesus Christ, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? The short bus is real. The short bus is real. That's all I got to say about that. 518 Radio Graffiti.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a 4-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any 4-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
I mean, what the hell? Why are you even on the line there, Milky Liquor? Jesus Christ. 203 Radio Graffiti.
It's time for Ghost the Maniac, and he's raised it to the max. So grab your tinkle hat while he hangs a bunch of black for the Maniacs. Come join the Ghost of you and the Ghost of Melting Pot.
All right, that sounds fruity as hell. I'm not letting any. There's no more airtime for that. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
I am now the leader of blacks, and I now command the knickers to burn in flames. When freedom burns, the final solution is fade away.
I mean, that's freaking racist, you sick bastard. That's racist. You assholes are going to get me yanked off the air with this crap. You understand me? You assholes are going to get me yanked off the goddamn air. Jesus Christ. Have a little bit of respect. God damn it. Gonna get me yanked off the air, for Christ's sake, you son of a bitch. Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic, you son of a bitch. Goddamn, you're gonna get me yanked off the air with that racist crap. Stop it and stop it now. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Oh, they choose my party, say that I could move that body with my body. That's close to my body's oh my God.
I have no idea what the hell that was about, but it sounds stupid, all right? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
What is your confession, my son?
This week, I spent the night with her. Sorry, Mrs. Ghost. She would be better if she had a real name.
Remember what they say about cockery. Sharing and daring. Next. What is your confession?
I voted for Hillary Clinton.
It's okay. So did the entire inner circle.
Now, you know what? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut your mouth! Shut up! Jesus. You know what? Give me the mic. You know, we only got 2 freaking minutes left in this goddamn broadcast, and thank God there's only 2 minutes left. Thank God. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, every day I come up on here 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. I'm the hardest working man in broadcasting today, and don't you ever forget it, boy. 3 hours I give you, man. Almost 1,600 hours of my life I have given this broadcast, for Christ's sake. And I guarantee you this, boy, I will be inducted into the Broadcasting Hall of Fame with all this content, and I will be given the golden microphone. Mark my words, I will be given the golden microphone. Jesus Christ. I'm only going to take one more, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. How about 614 Radio Goddamn Graffiti, for Christ's sake?
Trumping, thanks for making me an honorary Jew and giving me these shekels. Wouldn't it be great if we could spend all these shekels on some TCR African booty scratcher merch? Oh, my.
You son of a bitch, tough guy. You son of a bitch. Screw you, tough guy. Damn troll. Goddamn tough guy. Why don't you stick those shekels up your ass, tough guy? Stick those goddamn shekels up your ass with a bagel on it, you son of a bitch. Jesus, you know what? Give me the goddamn, give me the mic. Give me the mic. You know what? I'm done with this goddamn broadcast. All right? You idiots have tainted my goddamn Taco Tuesday, and I'm done. You know what? If you want to, I don't give a crap. You know what? Follow me on Twitter if you want. I don't care. Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. And you better be here tomorrow, scumbag. All right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to be here. And let me tell you something. I better get some better respect from you scumbags instead of what you gave me on Taco Tuesday, you son of a...